Hello, everybody, and welcome to Thursday Sword Lesbians, the game of love, swords, and adventure. I am Chaz, your game master, he, him, and I will be engaging in this tale where the adventurers not only engage in adventure, but also in music. Today is a musical episode, not necessarily one where I sing. I don't want to torment anybody with that. We're trying to be happy, but music is going to be at the center of our adventure. Before I continue, I think it's super important to hear from the adventurers, the other people who are playing, because they're really going to be the ones who are bringing the energy, bringing the emotion. And so let us start with Alix. Please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and any pertinence you would like to share.
Oh, hey, howdy, hi, y'all. My name is Alix. I use they, them pronouns. Today, I'm going to be playing Davenport, who uses he, him pronouns. He is the troubadour playbook, for those of you who know. The girls who get it, get it.
Beautiful. Thank you. Shannon, please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and any pertinence you'd like to share.
Hello, I am Shannon. Imagine if all over the internet. I go by she, her pronouns, and I am playing Onyx Moon, a spooky witch, which is not that far from me, I guess. And she goes by she, they pronouns.
Beautiful. And John, please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and any pertinence you would like to share.
Hello, everyone. It's me, John. Also known as Thaco Bear on the internet. We play in California. She, her, a sun hand. She likes the sun and bread.
I know a lot of people who like sun and bread. It's a good combo.
It's a great combo.
So these are adventurers, but who are they? And how does it relate to our musical adventure? Well, they are part of the band, and correct me if I'm wrong, the band called Midnight.
Yes.
Yes, they are they play in the band. They are the mascots of the band. They sell the merch of the band. They sell commemorative bread for the band. It's an up-and-coming band, but it's starting to gain a lot of popularity, a lot of sway, and because of this sway, they have been recruited to play the Mordana Lunar Festival. This is a big thing. Mordana is a medium-sized town, but has been having this Lunar Festival for decades at this point. Everybody wants to show up, and usually you can't because it's a mid-sized town. There aren't that really places to stay. And so being able to attend is a very big deal. And being the headliner, the band who plays at midnight when the moon is at its highest, is just the epitome of you have made it. Davin, Onyx Moon, California, you arrive at Mordana, a quaint little town, lots of cobblestone streets, with all your accoutrement, your band accoutrement, and you see 3 people with robes surrounding a large pot, seemingly maybe chanting something, but it's far enough away that you can't really hear what they're saying, but there's definitely these loud screams.
Where? You know what, Onyx? This might be your people, baby.
I was just about to say I'm pretty intrigued. Yeah. Can I describe can we go around and describe what we look like? Do our little character overview?
Yes, of course.
Cool. I didn't want to jump in. Yeah, so Onyx Moon is, I was going to do the whole cosplay and everything else, but like Jeremy said in the intro, it's mental health month, and my mental health was like, nope, you're barely showing up today. So that's it. So just picture, if you will, that I have on cosplay black hair coming in, and I have a chunk right here going down the side that is full on rainbow. And it's the only bit of color that you will see on on Onyx anywhere, and that was put there by my good friend Alex, that I totally forgot name of.
Oh, Davenport.
Davenport. Oh, look at that! It's right in front of me. You guys, yeah, that was put there by my good friend Davenport, because Davenport is an artist and has color all over the damn place, and figured that Onyx needed some. So, and Onyx won't admit it, but very much loves this rainbow streak in the hair. Totally loves it. But yeah, downplays it. And Onyx is a spooky witch. I'm gonna, just because I know a lot of people don't know the system and like me want to know it, I'm gonna actually just read what it says right here. Distant demeanor, darker than black clothes, and an eldritch sword. That's what I got going on. And I don't know if you can see this little guy, but this little hedgehog on my shoulder is my little spirit animal, Sir Alexander. He's a hedgehog with little tiny devil horns. So yeah, and I'll pass it over to Davenport to do their description.
Yes, I guess that would make sense. Hey, hi. I am Davenport. I am bliggity black as can be, beautiful dark chestnut brown skin, purple eyes, not colored contacts, he's just magical that way, and like long-ish blue dreads, always wearing leather, something with spikes. I was like Shannon said, I was gonna do the cosplay, but baby, I just showed up here. That's what you got. So
We're
just
in it
pretend
together.
we're gonna theater of the mind this real quick. So always wearing something with leather, always wearing something with spikes, and looks much more intimidating than he actually is. He's really just a golden retriever boy, but he looks like a black cat, promise. So for the aesthetics, I chose loud demeanor, vintage clothes, and a guitar sword. So my sword is a double-necked guitar that turns into a long sword because, again, he's just magical that way. He's such a magical girly. Okay, so next we'll do California.
Yeah. Real quick, just before you jump in there, I forgot to say my eldritch sword comes out of my drumsticks.
Oh yeah, I should probably
As you said that, I was like, oh yeah, that's right, I forgot about that.
California is slightly older. She not a day over 40. Clear that she has spent a considerable amount of time in the sun. Really richly tanned skin. Slightly weathered, slightly leathery, really pronounced crow's feet and smile lines. She wears a wide-brimmed hat that is slightly almost too wide for it to be practical. Just gotta keep that shade on her. She's wearing a mismatched set of clothes. A little bit of flannel, some like weird longer kind of hippie skirt thing going on, and she is currently loaded up with boxes and suitcases and other random bits and bobs, schlepping band materials and band merch and band equipment that the other two are not carrying. With a very wide smile on her face. And on her back is a large, what are they called? The bread paddles.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But it's
a pizza
bladed.
paddle? Oh,
yeah, it's like a
cute.
pizza paddle, but it's bladed. So it's long. It's like a pole arm almost. The big nasty blade at the top. Dual purpose, pizza or bread and murder.
As you should.
Not a day over 40.
Not a day over 40.
And we'll slice anyone who says otherwise.
That's right.
So this trio entering Mordana, with the visions of road figures yelling over a cauldron.
Why they yelling though?
I mean, you know, I'm heading that way. Are we gonna go check this out?
Yeah, I'm following very closely behind Onyx Moon because that is a scary thing. Why they hollering?
All right.
I mean,
You get closer and closer, and because you're getting closer, you're starting to like hear what they're saying or really what they're doing. They're not chanting. They're straining, they're groaning because they're trying to lift a cauldron, and it's only 3 of them, and it's like a real deal cauldron, and they're like, no one's helping us, this thing is really heavy.
Okay, all right. I thought Davenport is much less freaked out. I thought they were doing like a spell or something. Is there something in the cauldron, or is it just an empty, heavy ass cast iron cauldron?
It is filled with water. So a cast iron cauldron filled with however many gallons of water fits in a cast iron cauldron.
Why did they? I'm literally going to ask them, hey, Davenport, we're playing the show tonight.
Yes, Davenport, you're from. It's great to meet. And they like, kind of dust out their hand. Shake. Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for headlining.
Yeah, no problem. A quick question: why did you fill up the cauldron before you moved it?
yeah, that's where I was going.
2 of the people look at the third and they say, well, Phil said it would be a good idea because we would have to do less work.
Hey, Phil?
Phil looks up.
I mean,
Hi, David. Davenport.
Is there a way for y'all to fill up the water, but the cauldron again when you get it to its destination?
Yes, yes, there is.
Cool. Let's make some mud and let's roll this thing where it's gotta be.
Well, I think this should be our first roll of the day. Alex, if you would roll me a daring roll.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
For those of you not in the know, if they're sort of lesbians, you roll 2d6, and depending on what you roll, of course.
I got a 7.
Okay, so that is not an upbeat, but it's not a downbeat either.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you are, with everyone's help, able to like tip over this ridiculously heavy cauldron, which, you know, had Phil considered the weight, would have been a great idea.
So,
but everybody who has, you know, start to like circle around because they've been watching a couple people from the town council struggle with this unnecessarily heavy object. And then they saw, oh, Midnight's here. Saw just you create all this mud, which wouldn't be that big a deal usually, but it is about to be the Lunar Festival. So there are some like murmurs going around. Not that big a deal. The cauldron with like this many people and lacking the water is much easier to move to its position.
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna look at Phil and go, hey Phil, next time, move the cauldron first. We can figure out a hose, you know?
And Phil will begin to defend himself and be like, no, you're right. I'm sorry.
It's cool, man. Just lift with your knees, not with your back, you know?
And he looks up kind of nervous, and the 2 other people's like, wait, you lift with your knees, not with your back?
Yeah.
Phil, you told us to lift with our back. Phil's like, I heard that the back is stronger than the knee, and like my knee is messed up, and so I might have, I'm sorry.
Hey, babe, maybe you don't lift. Maybe let's just roll it, you know?
I'd be like, no, Phil lifts. This is all Phil's fault. Phil lifts. Phil's like, yes, I'll lift.
Damn, Phil. That's rough. That's rough, buddy.
Oh. And
about this time, you're gonna see the water starts splashing around, and Sir Alexander is no longer riding on my shoulder. Instead, he's just having a ball, making a mess in the mud,
Period. Good job. Living his best life.
Yeah.
living his best life. Yeah.
Roll me, if you would, a heart roll for Sir Alexander.
Oh,
Gonna roll it with my fan roll rainbow dice.
hell yeah.
Not a great roll. That is a 3 total.
Okay, it's a downbeat.
Wait, do I roll 1 or 2?
Oh, you rolled 2.
2.
I'm sorry.
2 always? Okay, hang on.
Yes.
Hold that thought. A 5 total.
Okay. Still
Some work
downbeat.
experience.
Yes, work experience. Sir Alexander is always unbothered. Sir Alexander does not care about what's going on. There are a lot of children who are super excited about a spirit hedgehog with horns just playing in the mud, and lots of kids are like, "That's a great idea. We're also going to play in the mud." However, considering we're about to have this like Lunar Festival, a lot of parents are like, "No, don't jump in the mud." And so we are turning into quite the spectacle with the mud. And I'm just gonna say the Phil, because like a lot of this was just Phil's good intentions gone horribly wrong.
Oh, poor Phil.
Okay.
Poor Phil.
And there's nothing wrong with playing in the mud.
No.
There's a festival. When I was younger, there was a festival I went to, and there was a lot of mud. It rained a lot, and it was part of the fun, really.
It is.
We should be part of this. We should make this part of the tradition. We should be part of the mud dancing part. I'm gonna get in the mud too. Let's all enjoy this mud. I'm gonna join the kids and splash around.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have fun with that. I'm gonna hang back here and watch.
Devin immediately starts looking at his boots. Now, this is true. Okay. So I went to a Renaissance festival. I promise this is on topic. I went to a Renaissance festival in Atlanta a couple weeks ago, and my biggest gripe was the mud on my boots. So Davin is going to look down at his gorgeous leather boots and refrain.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Onyx just turns and looks at Davin, like looks back over at California like this happens all the time.
It does. It does. We pass by the look, Yeah.
Yeah,
happens.
exactly.
Only live once.
You do. And you're gonna live for all of us, babes.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Sir Alexander is like, they're like playing in the mud. So like just jumping on California, making her even more of a mess. And yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah. I think this might come into play in a future decision we need to roll. But before that, Carlos, the man who greeted you when you came up, was like, I don't mean to bother you. I'm sure there's a lot of things you need to do, a lot of things you need to set up for the festival tomorrow. Get your hotel. But I was wondering if you could help us with one more thing before you go to sleep tonight.
Sure. What's up?
Sure.
We asked. So this cauldron is going to be for the traditional bobbing of apples. A lot of people don't like it anymore, but it's still tradition, so we just kind of have it there. Phil was supposed to talk to the apple vendor, Jennifer. Phil did talk to the apple vendor, Jennifer, but then nothing has come from it. Jennifer won't even really look at us. Whenever we ask her what's happening, she says she's on it in this kind of quick. I think Phil did what Phil does, and I was hoping if you could straighten it out. Maybe.
Okay. Hey, Phil.
And Phil's over there kind of trying to roll. Yeah, yes! Davenport!
So what's up with you and Jennifer, babes? What happened there?
Oh! I went to Jennifer and I told her that her apple farm was going to be, if she wanted, was going to be the only apple distributor, and we love a good apple at the Lunar Festival. And she was very excited, and she asked how many. And I gave her a number, and then I gave her another number. And then I figured it was too much, so I gave her like a smaller number. And then I figured like more is better than less, so I gave her a bigger number. And then I decided like maybe oranges would be good, which she did not seem appreciative of. And I was like, well, first of all, like just because you make apples doesn't mean everyone likes apples. Maybe some people don't even like apples. Maybe apples suck.
Oh, Phil.
Maybe apples suck to an apple vendor?
Okay, look, we both said things. She said that I should probably calm down. I said apples suck. Like,
Babe.
Could I use like my divination aspect here to see if there's something Phil's not telling us underneath all of this?
okay, would you like to make a figure out roll?
I don't know. I just have divination. When you have time and safety to read the unseen truth of someone present, describe your divination process and what makes it conspicuous. The GM will tell you something interesting about the person or obstacles they face that they don't know. And then I roll spirit.
Yeah, it will take a little bit of time, so it probably wouldn't be like an instantaneous thing. It would probably be like after Phil leaves, you could do your process and then figure out some stuff. But yeah, you could definitely do that.
Okay, so we'll say that while everybody else is having this conversation, I'm just doing my thing, and it's just kind of like a zone out for me, the divination, where I'm just like, it looks like I'm just chilling out, watching the crowd or whatever, but I'm actually spiritually connecting and just going to I go to a portal dimension when this happens, so I just kind of
Okay.
And that's all I'm gonna say right now, just in case I need it later.
Ooh, nice. And so you're looking at Phil, just be like, God, Phil, God.
Mm-hmm.
And so you just start to zone out.
Yeah, I'm cleaning while I'm in there,
Right.
I'm just like doing some aura cleanses and stuff. Yeah, I'm holding crystals in my pocket. The whole thing is happening. You see Sir Alexander all of a sudden like shake off all of the mud and come back and sit on my shoulder. Yeah.
All right. While Onyx Moon is divining, what would California and Davenport like to do?
I think, where is Jennifer in relation to where we are? Is she in someplace else, or is she nearby?
Jennifer has her farm, like outside of the town, but she also has a little apple stand, in the main thoroughfare where y'all are close to right now, but like you have to walk a couple minutes, which is like the opposite side of the street of the library.
Okay, so I also would like to use a move as I head over to Jennifer.
Ooh, and what move is that?
The shooting star move. It says when you need something from an NPC you've never met, you may declare that they're a fan. They will give you what you want so long as it doesn't endanger their life or values. The NPC will demand some small favor like an autograph, and if you don't grant the favor, you take a condition.
Okay.
So I'm going to say that Jennifer is a huge Midnight fan.
Okay. We love that.
And I want to just sort of like be on and walk over to her like full rock star status.
Right.
So I'm going to go over to Jennifer's little apple stand and sort of peruse her wares until she notices me.
If she's a big Midnight fan and like there's been so much commotion and you're on, you walk over to her stand and you see a woman who is pissed, like just like chopping up an apple, and she looks up and just like starstruck and like looks down at the apple, looks up at you, down the apple, kind of up at you, and like,
Hi, you must be Jennifer, right?
Yes.
So I need your help, Jennifer. I'm Davenport, and
Yes, I assumed. It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. So here's the deal, right? My buddy Phil over there came to your farm and firmly shoved his foot in his mouth and gave you way too many numbers and mentioned that apples may suck. I personally disagree. I think they're a great fruit. and we'd love to get some of your apples for the apple bobbing contest. And we won't be using oranges because this is an apple bobbing contest, and I don't know what the hell Phil has going on, but I disagree. So, do you think you can help me with that?
So you see this like pained look. She's like, well, I also told him that apples suck, and then he stepped on or apples don't suck. As the apple bobbing contest, and then he stepped on my apples. But it wasn't. It's not about Phil. It is about the festival, and you. So yes, of course, I would love, on one condition: I don't have to talk to him anymore.
Period. Ever again. If, as a matter of fact, for all things apple bobbing from henceforth onward, you can come and see me.
And the look of like, really?
Yeah, of course.
And she just kind of turns around, and you can see like big smile, gathers herself. Oh, well, thank you. I look forward to working with you.
Of course. Listen, I have to go and help them move this big ass cauldron, but let's stay in touch. I will put you in touch with my manager, and if anything goes wrong, if Phil even looks in your direction, you know what? No, here. And I give her like my Discord name.
Right.
So that she can message me on Discord, because Discord is now canon in this story. I guess I don't know, but I give her like my Discord name so that way she can message me personally and be like, "Okay, this is just between me and you. Okay, you don't know what this is." Yeah,
of course. As she like friends you, and her name, unknown figure.
Unknown figure. Interesting. Okay. Cool Discord, Abby. So let's stay in touch. I'm gonna go and help them with this big ass cauldron and give Phil a good old fashioned scolding. Thanks so much for your help, Jennifer.
Of course, it was a pleasure to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. And I'm gonna wander off swaggering. Because being a rock star is slick, real fun.
And you do know that while, of course, Jen was there just fangirling, there were other people who were just like, is that Davenport? Oh my god, he's so cool.
I mean, listen, they like to watch me come and they love to watch me leave.
Onyx Moon, let's have you roll spirit as you are divining.
So I rolled already, and I got an 8, which I have no idea what that means. Is that good?
It's amazing.
It's not bad, but it could be better. So let's see with an 8. Oh. So you look at, you are like focused.
It's actually a 10. I don't know if that affects anything.
I
forgot to add my 2 spirit to it.
That does affect a thing. So what you learn about Davin is that there is a menacing aura surrounding him. And not like a menacing aura in that he is good intention, no thought, which can be menacing on his own. But no, there is like some menacing, like dark energies that are infused within him, surrounding him. The people around him are being affected by it.
For Phil?
Phil.
No
Wild.
thoughts, head empty Phil.
Now you do know that like sometimes they know the truth that you divine, sometimes they don't.
You mean he knows the truth that of
Like,
himself,
right,
or
he
that
might
I've
know.
divined? Okay.
He might like know that he has this like dark energy and he's like tricking people, or he might just be Phil, just not know.
Right. Okay. Cool. I see on the thing it says, if I tell the truth, they clear a condition.
Yes.
So, I'm just gonna play this out and hopefully don't blow up everything. But in my head, that means one thing. So I'm gonna come out of this like little stupor that I've been in, look around, realize I did it again. So for those of you who haven't figured it out yet, Onyx is the very awkward, strange one of the group that goes into, does a lot of wandering around on their own and ends up not realizing that they've gone into this little trance and stuff like that. Like Onyx knows that they go into a trance, but yeah. So look around. Davin is gone. California's still playing in the mud over there, and I look on over to Phil, and I just want to kind of like, I'm not gonna touch Phil, but I'm gonna like reach my arms out a little bit, as if I'm like intentionally clearing energy around him. And Sir Alexander is on my shoulder as well, and I'm just gonna kind of tilt my head and send like a cleansing light all around him, complete bright white light all around him, and say, "Are you aware that you're not alone in there?"
And Phil will turn around and could look at you and be like, What do you mean?
How long have you been feeling off, angry? Why did you want to stop the apples? When did this start?
He'll look at
And I'm continuing to flood.
Right. And as you're flooding, you are feeling that like there isn't really any condition to cleanse.
Okay.
And he looks around and kind of like whispers to you, please don't say that out loud. People think I mess up. People already kind of think I mess up on purpose, and I didn't. I just look, like we always have apple bobbing. Like sometimes we just want orange bobbing. I didn't want to stop it. I just wanted her to give us some oranges.
And this happens a lot with Onyx, where like people just do that, and so literally we'll just step back and go, my bad, and walk over to the mosh pit. California, you having fun in there? And just like I'm just gone. Yeah.
Well, because
wonderful.
you did not like confirm the truth, I would count that as a deceit or a lie, which means you do get one string on Phil.
Cool.
California, as you're moshing, Davenport is making his way back, and behind Davenport is this woman, long black hair, marching with a purpose and a clipboard, because those things tend to be, correlated.
I love clipboards.
And she walks right past Davenport to you, California, and says, California, you're part of the group Midnight. My name is Jane. Nice to meet you. Sticks her hand out, very professional-like.
Well, I'll definitely take it. My hand is, of course,
covered in mud.
Just yeah.
Yep. Shakes her hand, wipes it off on her business casual suit. We have stuff to do. My name is, like I said, my name is Jane. I am going to be your relations manager while you are here. Make sure you have everything you need. First off, did you get the message about your hotel that you're staying in?
I'm sure we did. It's probably in one of the bags, so she'll point back to the...
That's all right. I am going to talk to the person who was supposed to get the hotel set up and make sure it's all right. Phil! And she yells back at Phil.
Oh, Phil! He's a nice young man.
And Phil is like kind of solo rolling because people are like, you did this, you can do it yourself, Phil. He's trying his best. Turns up, yes, Jane, how can I help you? And then when questioned about the hotel, you see that look that you are now fully familiar with on Phil, where he's like, I was supposed to go get the hotel reservation the day I was supposed to get the apples, and I was so kind of upset that we didn't get oranges. I forgot to do the apples. But, I did go the next week but all the hotels were. I'm just gonna go back to the cauldron.
It's been a while since I've been camping. I mean, what's a good festival without a camp? You know?
No. I won't have you camp, Jane. Speaking of course, the library. Yes, the library has rooms available right now. The librarian stays there herself, but there are multiple rooms that we don't use as hotels. We'll have you stay there. It's quiet. You can get your peace. Of course, free of charge. You don't have to worry about that.
Sounds great. Jane, have you considered looking into hiring more people?
You're all in the general vicinity because Davenport is back by this time. You came over to the mud pit to like go mudding.
Oh, I'm not in the mud.
You're just like next.
Yeah. I'm like as close as I can get. You know, it's like the parent that doesn't want to get dirty and play with their kid. I'm like at the very edge, and also not wanting to get my boots even have a speck of dirt on them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whereas Jane went straight in, high heels and all, into the mud.
Mad respect.
Jane is a brave woman. Heels in mud, you better work, girl.
Yeah. Shannon would go in the mud.
Yeah, Alex would go in the mud too. Davin, on the other hand,
It's like,
nah.
Exactly.
You seem a bit understaffed, Jane.
Unfortunately, we are the town council. Doesn't pay much. It's closer to volunteer work than anything else.
Well, you know, we are, of course, you know, opening, but I have some free time. I'm sure the other members of the band would be willing to help out for a good cause.
That would look very poorly on Mordana to have the headliner Midnight working. You don't worry about it. We will take care of everything. Trust me, I have learned to problem solve.
Yeah, that's why.
While all this is happening, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's it.
I was just gonna say, while all this is happening, I have not stopped. I've got like now incense burning, everything being directed over here at Phil. I'm doing all the things. I've taken my jacket has like zippered pockets on the inside and different crystals in there. So now I've got the onyx bracelet on and. And I've got a little essential oils in there that I'm spritzing the air. I'm doing like the whole just wherever he's going. I'm kind of, but I'm like not doing it at him.
Just like in his vague.
Yeah, I'm just like in a zone, not even paying attention really, but I'm aware of him, and I'm kind of like in and out too. So I'm like spiritually in and out.
Interesting. Yeah. So I will say, one of the times you like come back into focus about what you're doing. So in Thirst for Lesbians, there are conditions. Conditions do multiple things, both mechanically and narratively. There's conditions like anger, frightened, guilty, hopeless, and insecure. Onyx Moon, you notice that Sir Alexander is frightened.
Cool. I'm going to move him back around. I've got like a little thing in the back where my hair is, where there's like actual like a little seat, and I'm just gonna kind of like tap him to go in that direction to go back there.
Yep. This goes on.
Cool. Who is in the general vicinity right here?
I must ask because I do know that Onyx Moon is not about this mud life.
Yeah.
Sir Alexander is all about this mud life.
Yeah, but he's spiritual, so he knows me. He just went like that.
Yeah. A quick shake off and jump up. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. He casts a little prestidigitation and he's good to go.
Hey.
Yes, exactly. Who's around in this space right here? Is there like a lot of people around? Because that's something that Onyx would be
at this point about. Yes, lots of kids, lots of parents, and then like Midnight's here. So like this has turned into a pretty rambunctious crowd. Now. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna turn now to. I'm kind of like gonna clock eyes with California and Davenport, like there where you would recognize that this is a something's off look that I'm giving. And then I'm gonna turn to Jane and Phil. Is there a spot we could maybe talk outside of all this noise? It's it's really hard to hear, and we don't want to ruin it for the festival goers. Can we go maybe find a spot?
There are multiple spots, but the library might be best. We are very keen on keeping our library quiet, and so the crowd won't
And I'm
follow you
pulling.
there.
Like,
Just
I'm
already-
I'm already like, let's like, you know what I mean?
Let's
Like, already
walk
walking
and talk,
in the direction. Yeah, for sure.
Good
Mhm.
night. Bye, everybody. Goodbye.
and we're like, bye, California!
Bye.
Can we, before we move on from this, can we have a California mud scene? Like, what was going on in there?
Yeah.
What's this mosh? It's just mosh pit. We're having a good time. We're splashing.
We're-
We're making mud pies.
Mhm.
We're throwing mud pies.
There was
Oh
the
my
question.
God.
Mhm. Yeah.
California, I want you to make a grace roll for me.
You know, Grace is 100%
High up there.
Strongest. Oh, it's really, really high
Yep.
number. It's a 0. Super high. So that'd be a 7 plus 0.
Okay. As you're like, playing with the kid throwing mud pies, one of the mud pies goes swoosh right past Phil.
Oh,
Doesn't hit him,
Ooh, he lucky.
Yeah. But yeah, you were in the moment. You were, dodging and
it's dance. It's a dance.
Yeah.
A dance of life. Dance with the earth. We should all enjoy this. It's what a gift. What a gift.
all right. But you all kind of like start making your way to the library, I believe it was.
Mm.
And Davenport having been effectively to the library, you kind of like lead the way. Janet is not there as you make back, but it's a small little stand, so she probably like goes back and forth multiple times a day.
Can I get a sense of what our friend Phil is doing while we're walking to the library? Is he like acting any differently that we're heading in that direction?
So Phil is being punished, having made. I mean, they know he makes mistakes, but having many of the mistakes come to light in such a short time, they are having him roll the cauldron onto the stage.
So he's not with us? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, no, he's still at the stage, like trying to like get the cauldron up, and he's like,
Oh.
"If you would help, it would work." And they're like, "Yeah, and if you didn't tell us to put water in the cauldron and then lift our backs, we'd be fine." So,
Oh,
Well-
cool. All right. I was doing all that to get Phil away from people, but that's fine. So, can I run do a check on? I'm gonna do the same thing, and kind of I'm gonna hold on to Davin while I'm walking, and channel on the way to the library
okay,
for our friend that we're walking with here. Is it Jessica? Is that her name?
Jane.
Jane?
Jane. Yeah.
oh, Jane is
I wrote the other two
also
names.
not coming. She is staying with the other members of the town council, likely just to like fix the problems that are being caused.
Yeah, let's just get away from this and reconvene.
Yeah, y'all mentioned that you want to stay, and so even though the crowd is like moving in that direction, they are attempting to give you your space, just kind of like your moment before midnight rocks the house.
What a polite crowd. So, I like give them all the information about Jennifer
Mm-hmm.
and the stuff and things, and how Phil shoved his foot right on up in his mouth. Poor guy.
Yeah, then I'm going to be listening to all of this because I missed all of the stuff before, so I'm going to be listening to the report that Davin
Mhm.
gives. So.
I think we should find our room. Or find a room, something.
Yeah, it sounded like we had the pick of the place.
Yeah. Well, let's go make our pick then.
Are we alone at this point?
Yeah, I'll say like there's people like around, but they're not bothering you.
So something is super off with Phil.
Oh.
There's definitely a dark presence around him, which he denied when I called him out on it. So I'm not sure if it's just Phil. I don't know.
That's probably just stress. He's overworked.
And
incompetent.
I don't think so. Sir Alec, he is incompetent. Sir Alexander doesn't. He was terrified.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, that's not a good look.
No. So I don't know if it's just Phil or if we need to be concerned with Jane or all of these people. So just let's just be on alert while we're doing our thing.
Yeah, for sure.
I like Jane. She's got a nice clipboard.
That's why I don't trust her.
Oh no, clipboards are good. They're efficient. You know, all the notes in one place, multiple pages on one piece of wood. I like.
I love that you do it for us.
Yeah.
We wouldn't show up anywhere.
I have
on time.
four clipboards.
Four.
And way she wore those heels in the mud.
Yeah, just no. Mm-mm.
No, it's wonderful. No, she's. Do you think she's up for travel? Maybe. Do you think she'd come around with us sometime?
Well, let's make sure she's not
Oh.
evil first.
Evil? Why would you think she's evil?
I don't know. Phil might be.
Why is anybody evil?
You know, people get bored, so they need hobbies, I guess. We're rock stars. They're supervillains. It happens.
Yeah. You know, they didn't get hugged enough. They didn't play in the mud enough. You know, I mean, some people play games. Other people turn to a supervillain, you know?
Okay.
Wow. I don't think that she's the type. She doesn't seem to be the type.
She seems.
Phil might
exactly
fall
the type.
into it. But
When are
Jane
you going to
seems fine.
propose?
Propose?
I
Well,
mean, I don't know. I just is this going to be another one like it was in Chicago?
I did like her clipboard too.
Maybe it's a thing for you. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
thing.
It is.
Yeah.
There's just so much strength in someone carrying one with purpose. You know, Chaz, I'd like to know. I'm going to go with a smitten with this one. Smitten with
Okay.
Jane. I'm going to give Jane a string, and I'd like to know what unwise thing I can do to impress them.
I love it.
What unwise thing you can do to impress Jane? So in your
Yes.
short interactions, you do know that she is very goal oriented, very focused, very diligent. And you get the feeling a lot of her energies go to just kind of smoothing over Phil. So if you can smooth over Phil for her and be like, hey, Jane, look what I did for you.
You know, we should take Phil in. We should maybe it's time that Phil gets a proper apprenticeship, like some hands-on experience with the real band. What do you think?
Were you like? Did you hear all that?
Well, okay. Here's my thinking, right? Callie doesn't have a terrible idea. Maybe just we need to change the scope a bit. If we're trying to see what the deal is with Phil,
Well, we could keep an eye on him.
exactly,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. An
It's
eye,
better to
just
keep-
an eye.
Just an eye, only an eye. No other body parts.
Okay. No other body parts, just an eye. Yeah, all right. Well, let's put this gear down. I mean, we've been carrying it for too long. Let's
Yeah.
put this stuff down so we don't have to deal.
And get Callie a shower, because I mean, unless you
Yeah.
like that mud look, you know.
Well, it's a good look. I mean, I took a shower a couple days ago. Should be
I
fine.
mean-
Babes, we're performing tonight.
It's you know, you're right. You're right. I should bathe. I should
Is-
groom. Do all the things.
Is one of those clipboards show what, you know, that we're required to be clean when we
Yes.
perform?
I don't know. There is a clipboard with the rules. There's a clipboard that has the set. We were all okay with the set that you had lined out, the Davenport. Yes.
I'm assuming so, but we should probably practice too, you know? Get used to the stage and that. Well, let's
You
go
get Phil
into
to
this
help us.
library. We could. Wouldn't be a terrible idea.
It's not a terrible idea.
As you make your way to the library to put your stuff down, Cecilia, the librarian, welcomes you in and begins to give her spiel about, unfortunately, all our moon books have been checked out, and then sees all the like gears. Like, oh, you're Midnight. Yes. Please come in. Jane said you would be staying here.
Yeah, Phil
Wow,
didn't
word
do
travels
his.
fast.
Yeah, it does.
Onyx Moon, make me a wit roll.
Okay. Oh, that's not too bad. That's a 9 on the dice.
Y'all just met Jane and came here.
Hmm.
When you met Jane is when Jane was like, oh, you can go to the library. When did Jane have time to...
Right.
Right. That's why I was like, that happened fast. Yeah. Like, I think, yeah, earpieces
Like,
in. Like, what's going on?
we have Discords, and like theoretically that could happen, but like...
Mm-hmm.
Is there a hive mind happening here? Are they the fucking
Yeah.
Borg? Like, what's happening?
Mm-hmm.
Efficiency. It's corporate efficiency.
Yeah.
Okay, then
I'm-
what the heck is Phil's deal? You know?
Well, I think that first off, my mouse is dead. But second, I think that Phil is just a
That just goes with the rest of this day.
Phil is it's a new hire. Sometimes when you have interns, they don't necessarily have the skill set necessary.
Cecilia will jump in and be like,
Oh,
oh
you
no,
got it
Phil's been here
bad.
for over a decade.
See, you know what I mean? And if he was a new hire, why does he have so much damn responsibility? He shouldn't be
Wait,
doing anything
You've been putting up
unsupervised.
with this for 10 years? You've been letting this happen?
I
Who's
mean,
in charge of this mess?
Phil does make some weird choices, but the festival like always turns out great.
Thanks to
People love-
other people.
I mean, I'm not arguing that.
Oh,
What-
heavens.
What does great mean? What happens at this festival?
So that you all would know. Like the Mordana Lunar Festival is like the highlight of like this part of the continent. People like love it. It raises a lot of money for people. People like always seem to have a great time. Like it does seem from the outside to like always be a success. There was one time where like it wasn't a success where they only had like 2,000 people who wanted to get in and couldn't.
Oh.
So can I think back to like, does Onyx remember seeing people leave the festival ever? Like, is there like, video of people actually leaving this festival and going on with their lives, or do people come
Yes.
in and...
There are people who've
alright.
left. There's people who have claimed to have been there and they said they had a great time.
Claimed, he says.
And this is going to be the biggest one, Cecilia says, because somehow the town council has like turned the moon red, which is just...
What now?
Oh
I didn't
yeah,
see that.
you all
That is-
wouldn't know.
How did I miss that?
It is at this point. It's like
I'm
5
in the
o'clock.
library looking.
Yeah,
at
looking
it.
up like why can't I?
Like
At this,
legit, yeah.
at this point, it's like 5 o'clock, so the moon hasn't come out yet. Last night, where y'all were, the moon was the normal moon color. But Cecilia says, yeah, like after the new moon, like the more moon we got, the redder it got, and we're told that this full moon tomorrow night when you're performing is going to be the brightest red.
Is that normal? Does that always happen at this festival?
I mean, there's usually some kind of cool thing, but like never the moon. And like, how do you turn the moon red?
That's my question.
So
Who's in charge of this?
once again, it's the town council. They have, I mean, the mayor
The
doesn't
town
really.
council.
Yeah, it's a town council organization. The mayor just does like mayoral things.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
A disembodied
Yes.
voice
Disembodied voice.
enters the GM's head and says, you can choose a player to grant a string to thanks to donations from chat.
Oh,
Yay,
thank you,
chat.
chat. Well, California, since you are now smitten with somebody, perhaps you could get this string and use it for whatever beneficial or malevolent purposes you would like to do.
Malevolent. There's nothing malevolent about bread.
At
Right.
all.
I was like, great, we're getting pizza and more clipboards.
Yeah. Wait, the string goes to like whoever, or is like a universal string? Or?
So usually strings go to a very particular person, but these strings are just general strings, and so you can use them
a
on
chat string.
Yes.
I'm going to put that under
These are
string.
mental health strings.
Mental health.
I'm gonna call this a chat string.
And for those who don't know, with a string, you can use it to influence somebody. So when you spend a string, you can offer them XP to do something. You can find out what it'll take to get them to do something that you want. You can add one to a roll against them, or you can add or subtract one roll or one of any roll they make.
So, a moon that's red. That's cool. But perhaps I could make a suggestion on maybe in addition to it being red.
I'll be honest, I'm a librarian. I don't do the moon things.
Oh, who would I speak to about getting the hedgehog on the moon? I mean, what better branding? What better branding than the hedgehog, Sir Alexander, on the red moon? Like just
What is Sir
giant
Alexander
projection.
doing while this is happening?
Sir Alexander is no longer technically frightened, like condition mechanics wise.
Uh-huh.
But you, knowing Sir Alexander very well, he is still highly nervous. In fact, the second you walked into the town, he was on guard. His spines were prickly. They only kind of came down when he was like, "Oh, is that mud?"
Mud pit.
Excellent.
Yeah. Cool. What do we think? Do you want to go on the moon?
Be an image.
Oh,
you know,
you asked him
not
that.
just, like
I asked
physically.
Alexander. Yeah.
Yeah, he's back to being afraid. That's a. Actually, no, you're not forcing him. That's a no. He's like, no, don't do that. No, absolutely not. Dear God, no.
Cool.
Something stinks, you know?
I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
also work as a farmer, and she points to a scythe behind her. And
no, not you, babes. I just
Oh,
mean
that's good.
with the blood
whole
red
orange
moon
thing.
situation.
Oh yeah, the moon. Yeah.
I mean, it's more of a scarlet red, if that makes a difference.
It does not,
Okay.
because it oughtn't be that color. You know, moon's supposed to look like a moon, and I don't know
Oh,
how a
that's really
town council
cool,
could
though.
possibly hold sway over celestial bodies in that way. So the math ain't mathin' somewhere, babes. Is there a way that we can meet with the town council?
Oh, I'm
Didn't you
sure.
say that
Like they
all
could
the
talk.
moon books were out.
Oh yeah. There are other people who, like you, do not think this is natural, and so they've checked out all the moon books. I've been searching back for anything. Even One Fish, Two Fish, Red Moon, Blue Moon has been checked out, and that's a children's book.
One fish, two fish, red moon, blue moon.
Yeah, it was a weird knockoff about someone else's book, and they thought if they named it differently, they wouldn't get in trouble.
I actually read that one. It's pretty good.
Right? Unfortunately, it doesn't have information about actual moons, which is what I told them, but they were like, just give me something, anything.
Sometimes the weirdest places have the answers that you need.
That is true.
Yeah. Cool. I think we're gonna go check some stuff out. And does the library look weird at all? Is there anything they were trying to get us into this library? Is there anything that looks weird about the library? Or feels weird or is off in any way?
I mean, it's weird that a library has multiple rooms.
Right. What library do you know that you can sleep in? What?
Yeah, that's
I'll go
It's
into my local branch. Ain't no hotel rooms in there, is all I'm saying.
Listen, I thought it was a great idea. Shannon was like, a library, B&B? Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
right?
I'm
Absolutely.
in.
That's
Wake up, just go
fabulous.
straight down.
I
Well-
did not even question it. I was like, that's amazing.
But other than that, the scythe on the back wall, which Cecilia's like, no, that's just mine, and I kind of like moonlight hair. It feels like a normal library.
Cool.
Can we go and like check out our
Check our
room?
room.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want
I
to
just
see
look-
if there's I want to see if there's stuff or things like bugs, traps,
Right,
microphones,
okay.
cameras, that kind of thing.
Gotcha. Give me a defy disaster roll.
Gravity.
Defy
Sorry, I had to-
disaster.
And your choice of let's go wit.
Wit.
Wit or spirit. I could see either of those working.
It's gonna be a wit, baby. Hold everything. Let me get this defy disaster pulled up because I don't have that because I'm a smart person. Here we go. Okay. So you said roll plus wit. That's a big fat +0, babes.
Yeah.
You got this.
But it's a 7.
Oh, okay. Nothing stands out to you as dangerous because you did not get a downbeat, but because you did not get an upbeat, something feels weird. Not off, but like weird about this room. But you can't like. You're distracted before you're able to like put all your thoughts together.
Interesting.
So no maliciousness in this room. That you're certain of. But there is something about this room that you're like, wait, why does it look like this? What is it?
I'm gonna tell this, like me doing all my little nosing around, I'm gonna share this with California and Onyx. Because Davenport no do brain things too good. He just looked pretty and play guitar. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna share this with y'all. And maybe y'all know something I don't. I don't know.
I know a thing about a
it's,
lot of things.
Yeah, I
Go
believe you.
If you would like, you can also make defy disaster rolls with and or well, not and with or spirit.
Wit or spirit?
Yes.
Do that.
Listen, I rolled a critical success if we're playing Daggerheart.
Oh hell yeah!
I
I
rolled
have a-
2 1s, people.
Oh,
Ooh.
snake eyes!
I have a
Do I have
12.
anything on my sheet that says I can roll again? Because that was so terrible. They're like, bitch, please. That is no, You know nothing. I got a 3 in total.
Okay.
No, sorry, a 4 in total.
We'll come back to you, Onyx Moon.
12.
California. 12. Oh! Interesting.
Oh, I love that contrast. I love that.
I know a thing or two.
California, you know a thing or two, especially about food. Bread is your art of choice. And so you're always aware of like food, especially when a room in a library has fresh apples in all the rooms.
Interesting.
Fresh apples are not necessarily weird, but one, it's a library, which Jane was like, people don't use it. So why are there apples in the room? And if they're fresh, does that mean they're replaced every day?
That's odd.
Onyx.
Well,
Oh, California, yes.
I was going to go pick an apple up.
Okay.
Look at the apple and then take a bite.
It is a red delicious.
It is delicious.
That's a lie. Those red delicious are not
Awful.
delicious.
Yeah.
They are the worst of the apples.
They are.
That is a
Only-
marketing
only if they're
ploy by
firm.
the apple industry.
It is.
I will die on this hill.
If they're like the gritty kind, the kind that kind of isn't like fully firm and like kind of like weird.
This
acidity.
is like a high quality apple.
Oh, like a pink lady, or
Oh, yeah.
Now a pink lady
nice.
I can get behind.
It tastes like a pink lady, looks like a red delicious.
Ooh.
Can I just point out that I love that we're talking about a pink lady while we're playing Thirsty Sword Lesbians?
Didn't even think about that.
This is where my
Who's
brain
that
lives, people.
lady?
Hey.
Yeah. Well, it's delicious, and I'm loving it. You just make really good bread, actually.
Yeah.
Thinking about it. Ooh.
Apple bread.
Onyx
Okay, I'm down
Moon.
for that.
As a spooky witch, you have an innate connection to entities that not everyone has a connection to. You have not seen as many as you would have expected. The unseen, I believe, is what they are known as. You have not seen as many unseen as you would have expected when you walked in, which you're like, I could see why. It's a festival. There's probably a lot of energy that they're like, I'm not down for this. You walk into your room and there are just tons of unseen hiding, terrified hair. You are going to take a condition.
Cool.
You can pick any that you think works for you, but because there are so many unseen that you are not necessarily sworn to protect, but like they're kind of your friends, they're kind of your homies,
Yeah, they're my peeps, man.
and they are hiding in this room.
Yeah, and I think I can actually speak to them, but
Yes,
that
you can.
Okay.
You can commune with the unseen. That does take a
yeah,
roll, though.
Okay. Cool. And where do I find these conditions that I get to choose from, or do you want to just give me one that makes sense?
So for you, if you're super empathetic, I could see frightened, which would put up a -2 to fight, and you're just afraid. I could see angry if there's this kind of like righteous justice, like how dare y'all like hurt my peeps like this. I could see guilty if you're like, I didn't even notice that so many of you were in such pain. I could
Let's go with
see
angry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what was the last one you were going to say? I need to know all my options. That's
Okay.
me at the door.
They're
your
on your
options?
character sheet underneath
On the-
your stats.
Yeah.
Oh, you rock.
Mhm.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning how to play this game.
Hopeless.
You got this.
Being an option, which I don't see that being a big option. No, this is the first thing, and then
No, I
insecure.
think angry.
Yeah.
I think angry. No, you know what? Actually, I think I'm actually gonna go with frightened because story-wise, the fact that they messed with my moon has me a little off. So I think that makes more sense. Yeah, I'm angry about them going with my people, but I think the fact that they affected such a large object, that the moon is messed up,
Gotcha.
and that's so tied to I'm a witch. The moon is everything. So I think that has thrown me.
Okay.
It's not necessarily frightened, but I think that makes the most sense. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thank you for putting up with me learning this.
We're all learning this together and having, I would say, a pretty gosh darn fun time doing it, especially with my new favorite character, Phil.
Right? What I'm gonna talk to the spirits that are in here, and also I want to be paying attention to what my little dude is doing while this is happening. You said I have to roll, so I'm gonna roll here.
Yes.
Oh hell yeah. I'm connected. I rolled an 11 plus I have a 2, so
geez.
chat it up.
All right. So with your commune with unseen, rolling a 10 plus, you can choose 2 of the following choices. You could hide something in the unseen world, which doesn't sound like you want to do. You could learn something important from the unseen. You could temporarily alter the unseen nature of a place. And then you can ask a question from figure out a person of anyone, anywhere, if you can name one of their deceased loved ones.
I think I need to figure out what's going on, so I'm gonna have them tell me something from that they've seen. I think that was the second one you said.
Learn something important from the unseen. They just keep repeating the ritual. The ritual is coming.
Does it have anything to do with a cauldron that's
Nope.
out there? No.
It had.
Does it have to
It
do
ha-
with the apples that are everywhere in this library?
No, but
Is Phil in charge of this?
they don't say yes. They don't say no.
Okay, cool. How many of them are connected to Phil?
How many of the unseen?
No, how many? Like Phil is definitely. We know Phil is a little wonky, but I haven't really checked everybody else out. Is there somebody else that we should be watching? Also, if I'm asking too many questions, feel free to tell me. Like,
No, this. If you're essentially figuring out something, you're finding out this key information through dialogue, so that works.
Yeah. Just like I'm cut. Like
They-
Phil's been weird. So, and this librarian was connected to Jane and knew that we were coming. So I'm just trying to. Who really scares you the most? I guess.
They're not concerned with any individual person, technically. I mean, there are some people like Phil who they are just like, fucking Phil.
Incompetent, needs a clipboard. Yeah.
But they are concerned with the ritual, and they describe the ritual to you in the following ways. The ritual happens at night. There's a lot of emotional energy. It happens under a full moon.
My gosh, are we the ritual?
I think we're the ritual.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I can't hear any of this, but yeah.
You
we
just look
might
at
be
your
the
like
ritual.
pink apple red delicious thing.
Yeah, I'm getting deep into these pink lady red delicious hybrids. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
But Alex is saying we might be the ritual, babe.
Yeah. Well, and Onyx is saying all of this out loud. So you hear
Oh,
half
okay,
the
cool.
conversation, I think. I think you hear my questions and yeah, I think and even if I could speak to them without actually speaking out loud, I think Onyx is just so freaking weird that that's what Onyx does.
Right.
Onyx doesn't
Yeah.
care. Just talks
So,
normal.
like, when you say like ritual, are you talking like light as a feather, stiff as a board kind of ritual? Or are we talking more like salt circle summoning the demons kind of ritual, or somewhere in between?
What he said. Can you? Oh, you can't hear him. What kind of stuff are like? This has been going on for a long time. I'm guessing maybe this ritual, this festival. Have you
This
been
is-
in this room for a long time?
This is the worst it's been.
Oh, so this is an important. Well, this is an important year. So everything's all in alignment up there. Cool. So, do you know what they're using? Are we the ritual? We're the band.
You generate the emotion important
Oh,
for
yeah.
the ritual.
Probably. I don't know. Do we know what emotion it is? Because if it's I feel amazing, hell yeah, then that's probably it.
Yes.
Oh,
Awesome,
no.
cool. Do we know what happens after the ritual?
That they wouldn't know.
Okay. Do you know what else they need besides us? Like, is it just feeling good, or do they need like
That they-
oranges for some reason?
They know they need more to the ritual. They don't know what else. Really, what they're reacting to is not like knowledge-based reaction, but like, we feel this like energy that is threatening. We're not going to be outside right now. We're going to go in that room. We can just chill.
Oh, it's like birds during a tornado or
Yeah.
something.
It's very
Okay.
much an instinctual.
gotcha.
I'm out. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not even wasting time here.
they don't know
Yeah,
what it
peace
is,
out.
but they
Yeah.
know something ain't kosher.
Yeah, peace
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
Has
Cool.
has
All right.
anyone ever died to the ritual?
Has anyone ever died to the ritual? Have they done this ritual before?
This specific one. So they don't know if someone has died. They have never done this specific ritual before.
Interesting.
They've been doing other rituals, but they haven't done this one.
I might have something for this, Onyx. I mean, if you'll indulge me. I've
Yeah,
been
yeah.
doing this a long time.
Hey, hang on
you
one
know-
second, and I'm gonna turn back.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm telling the spirits to hang on.
It will take me just 5-10 minutes.
Oh, you're gonna bake something
little-
up. Oh,
Yeah,
oh, cool.
yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
cool. Oh, yeah.
Back in my days, I was maybe in a coven once or twice, and I learned a thing or
Because this
two.
Does this involve Phil at all?
Oh no. I mean, unless
Okay. All right. Okay.
I mean, I
keep
don't
going.
think so. I would remember if it was Phil. I'm gonna start baking.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna produce some dough, and with my hands, the fire of the sun that I channel through my body 24/7. Bake a loaf of bread. I'll use these apples just, for a little bit of flavor.
Oh, apple bread.
Ooh.
Yeah, because they're there, and this bread is golden crust. It entrances us to
delicious.
smell it, causing them to float towards it. And it's rumored to let you visit the afterlife while entranced.
Ooh, nice.
So I'm going to see if I can't go deeper or help her go deeper, help Onyx go deeper, like the dream within a dream, the afterlife, as it were. Instead of talking to the others here in the world here, go into their world. And
I love
see if she can get some more information that way. So do a quick roll here.
And while all this is happening, I'm talking to the ghosts just about nothing to do with this. I'm just like telling them like current events, what's going on, like the great songs that have come out, like
Mostly
I'm just
ours.
kind of
And it's a 10 on my bread, and it is done cooking, and it smells amazing, like apples and ghosts. Ghostly apples.
What do the ghosts smell like?
Ghostly apples. I don't know. Something wonderful, apparently.
Interesting.
Something wonderful. Yeah. The ghost of yeast's past.
Hey, yo.
Delicious.
Well, if you watch that show Ghost, that's what they do. They can't eat, so they smell, but they can smell everything, which is wild.
Or like in The Last Unicorn, where he's like, give me the wine, but he can't really drink wine because he's a skeleton, but he remembers the taste of wine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll hand you over this loaf of this golden crust. See if that helps push you deeper into the afterlife, and maybe that will give you a better picture.
So here's how we're going to do this. A few things happen. First, Onyx Moon, roll an emotional support for the unseen in this room, since you're like just kind of talking them down, like talking through, like, hey, here's what's happening. Like
10 on the dice. And what do I add for that?
Heart or spirit.
So 12.
All right. So you can, if they open up to you, which they will, and you can choose one of the options, or you can take a string on them. So you can either clear a condition, mark XP, gain a +1 forward for interacting with them, i.e. you just get a +1 in addition to your normal benefits when you interact with them, or gain insight from the GM about an obstacle facing one of you.
Yes.
That
I
one.
choose that option.
Okay.
And I will let Callie weigh in on the choice of what direction, like how to lead that answer. What are you looking for?
What Callie is looking for?
Yeah.
I mean, does Jane like Italian food or
Hey, yo.
Greek? I mean, is
That's
she
not
even
an
single?
obstacle.
It is for me. It's for my heart obstacle.
Hey, yo.
Oh, you mean like an immort, like also like, but not also like projecting an image of a hot dog onto the moon. That would be a
Onyx
really
thinks
useful
better
skill.
of it and just. No, I'm just-
She gave you ghost bread. She said, what would how to maybe get Phil to focus? I think would be helpful. How can we get the others to possess Phil so that Phil is more productive?
Or like what obstacle is facing the population of this town?
That's what I'm going to go with. I was trying to give you a chance there, Callie.
No, I think
really
we can get.
tried. I know how hard you work on this bread, and it's always so good, but I
I'm
don't know what
helping.
Phil did to you.
You're doing awesome, Callie. You're doing
Yeah.
great.
I think-
distracted.
I think we can get
You
everything
need to get some.
in this vision.
Oh.
Onyx
I
Moon,
love it.
you are shunted into not quite the afterlife, not quite the unseen, not quite the past, but a combination of those three different like dimensions. You see, you know how in a dream you can watch somebody who has like a crab claw and your old teacher's face, and yep, that's definitely John. Even though it looks nothing like John, it's definitely John. You see somebody with curly hair who looks nothing like Jane, and you're like, oh, that's Jane. You just know it's Jane. And unlike the usual kind of really composed Jane, this Jane is frantic, looking around, yelling for the librarian. While all this is happening, you see Phil going more and more into hysterics as he just yells, I didn't know this was going to happen. I didn't know this is going to happen. I didn't know this is going to happen. I'm so sorry. And right before you are shunted out of this vision, a massive vine erupts through the stage and starts attacking everyone in Mordana. You are shunted out of your village, out of your vision in a cold sweat, and you look up. You must have been in there a while. It's been a couple hours. It is nighttime, and the moon, not quite full, but very close, is in fact a bright, and unlike what Cecilia said, that is blood red.
Ha!
And on that note, we're about 90 minutes in. I think we're going to take a little break before we start the second half of our adventure. Thank you all for joining us. Please come back in about 5 to 10 minutes as we continue. We're going to go hydrate and be ready for the glamorous conclusion of Thirsty Sword Lesbians in Mordana.
Dun, dun, dun.
And welcome back to Thirsty Sword Lesbians in Mordana. When we left, Onyx Moon received a potentially helpful vision. I honestly don't know if my visions are ever helpful. I think there's more chaos in them than anything else, but Onyx Moon got it. It's now nighttime. What would you all like to do? This might be a time to just like take a nap if you want to talk some things out, but I would say Onyx Moon, you are at the very least like very drained from this transitioning, not just to the world of the unseen, but like far further from California's apple
golden crust.
Apple golden crust?
Mhm.
Golden apple crust?
Golden apple crust. To visit the
Delicious.
afterlife while entranced.
Delicious. Yeah. I think when Onyx came out, I would like just explained what I saw kind of deal. Maybe was like a little bit panicked and like, okay, I think we're gonna cause the thing and we need to find Phil, I kind of went through that thing and then just probably almost collapsed and just like it's nap time, like the 2-year-old who's like go and then is like nope, done, boom.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
All right.
I think sleep is a good idea for everybody, to be honest. Because I don't know. Now I'm thinking I don't want to like split the party because I don't. I probably could. I don't want to split the party. I can give you a piggyback ride and you can sleep. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I think as you like wake me up, it's like, like maybe I was sleeping for like 15 minutes or whatever. And I'm just like, oh yeah, sorry. Okay. I got this. It's good. I feel like we need to go talk to Phil. I think I can get more information if we talk to Phil. He at least seems like maybe he wants to stop this from happening. Like, and maybe he caused it to happen.
Yeah. Let's go find Phil and see if we can get him by himself.
I will say, it was a long time. It is like 2 a.m.
Oh. When is this thing supposed to be happening?
I thought it was midnight.
Oh,
Oh.
Y'all
okay.
came like the day before you got like set up. You were supposed to have
okay.
hotel rooms, but Phil.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
I thought it was happening tonight.
That's my bad. Yeah. It's like, what, did I sleep through the whole thing?
I was like, did they do the ritual? Okay.
Where were we?
Right.
dude, it's
So,
2 a.m.
okay.
Can we just like at least sleep till like 6 or 7 or something? Like,
I'm thinking
I'm so
8:30.
tired.
Let's burn the
Oh.
midnight oil, shall we? I'm going to
No.
bed, and Davenport face plant.
Just
right
out.
back,
Yes.
back out.
And immediately is knocked the fuck out.
We
Okay.
fall asleep to the smell of baking bread.
Yes.
With it.
Cinnamon rolls for the morning.
And
As-
wake up to the smell of cinnamon rolls. That's my kind of morning.
Well,
Yeah.
as you all are like slowly fading into unconsciousness, you do hear footsteps.
Oh, Wait,
yeah.
can
Yes.
real quick? Can I? Are there spirits in the room where we're sleeping?
If you like passed out, then you like everyone's in your room right now. So yeah, they're still there. They're nowhere near
cool.
as. They're still frightened. They're nowhere near
Yeah.
as frightened as they were before. But ritual's still happening. So they have.
Yeah, I think during that like little brief moment where Onyx woke up, right before she goes back to sleep, she looks around and realizes that she basically just passed out on the spirits and left them all hanging.
Mhm.
And so I think she's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna rest for a little bit, and then we're gonna talk to Phil. It'll be good. It's gonna be better.
Bit-
Can you keep an eye out while we like rest?"
You notice that there is a pillow. Not under your head, because like they can move things. They can't like move people, and so it's like kind of next to your head that they try to like squeeze it under.
Oh, nice.
And they like pull down the sheets
I
and
love
then
this.
got it like over your feet because that's all they could do. They're like, that's what we got.
Listen, that's the most important part. You can't have those feet sticking out. That's
Yeah.
just
True.
nonsense. Yeah.
So you want them to look
Cool.
after who?
Just keeping an eye out on the room, like,
Oh, yeah, they'll do that.
Yeah. Thanks. You guys are the best. And then I just walk.
And as that like unconsciousness hits, you do hear feet walking kind of from outside to the library, and you hear that library door open.
I think
Yeah.
I don't hear it. I don't know about the rest of you. but I'm out.
You hear like the feet like far away, but you're like so far in unconscious, like it could be.
Yeah,
a dream
I don't
that's, like-
care.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're like.
Yeah, if I hear it, it's one of those like, shut up, I'm trying to sleep
Yeah.
kind of moments. Yeah. Mhm.
We hear this? This is a thing we hear?
Yeah, it's not trying to be stealthy. It's just like it's 2 a.m. It's a medium-sized town. Like no one's really outside, so it cuts
Right,
through
but
the
it's
darkness.
2 a.m. and nobody's outside. So what are you doing in the library? Go home. Okay.
Also, yeah. So are you just gonna like go to sleep because you know the spirits have your back? Or are you-
I want to see, or at least like sort of take a peek before I go fully to sleep.
Okay.
I want
You
to
look-
see who's doing the things.
You look up, and it's Cecilia, the librarian, with her scythe.
Girl
With her scythe.
with her
I'm sorry,
scythe.
And she, once again, not hiding. So her scythe is covered in these vines, all around the blade, all around the handle, all up her right arm. She right-handed? Yeah, she's right-handed.
Whoa.
Wake me up.
I want to be
Okay.
like now.
I'm gonna nudge Onyx Moon real quick and just like download her on all the things happening.
Oh shit, vines are bad. We gotta go.
Divines
I just
are
start-
bad.
Yeah, I just start getting up and like prepping, like, and come on, we gotta go.
Yeah, let's go real quick and real quiet.
But let's try to like maybe see where she was coming from.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
As you're like prepping, you hear the library door downstairs open, And once again, it's a big scythe. You hear her put it back on the wall.
Wait, hold up.
And then you hear... Here she is trying to be quiet, but it's an old library made of wood, squeaky steps. So you hear the steps coming up and up and up.
Towards us?
Towards you, but you do know that there are 4 rooms upstairs, 3 of which that were given to your group.
Let's see.
And she does, in fact, go towards the 4th room, which is where she sleeps.
Okay. Look, I figure we get some rest and like deadbolt that damn door. Because if homegirl comes in here, I don't know. I don't want to have to kill a librarian, you know?
What if we keep her in her own room? Can we lock her in her own room?
Smart.
You got any large bread that can...
You got a baguette?
Oh, I mean,
baguette?
I could make a baguette. I was just thinking, like, the last time I had to kill a librarian was a long time ago.
Oh my.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that later. But,
Callie has such a past. I swear to God.
You know, it. Like, I don't know why I'm surprised every time it comes up. Like, I shouldn't be surprised at this point, but
You know?
the stories are really good, though.
They are.
I've seen some things, but bread to
They
to
help
keep
with the
door
songwriting
closed?
too.
Oh, is that what that song "I Killed the Librarian and the Sheriff Never Found Out" a trilogy was all about?
Not as funny as you think you are, Kelly.
Oh, I mean, I try, and that's really what matters.
That
It
is true.
is.
That
It
is true.
is.
Were you really trying?
Well, no, it's 2 a.m.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we're tired. I don't think you're really trying.
Well, wait. Do we have a chair?
Oh, you know.
Yeah, you have a chair in
so-
each of the rooms.
Cool. So let's take a chair, jam it under her doorknob,
Yeah.
and then go the hell to bed because it's 2 in the damn morning.
Oh, dude, I can have a ghost sit in the chair.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
I'm sorry, a spirit. I know. I'm sorry, you guys. I know you hate that. I'm sorry. It's just look, when you're raised saying the wrong shit for a really long time, sometimes it just slips out. I'm sorry.
But you said that there were
this-
vines on the scythe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you want to look at those?
Yeah, I think we need to check out the site, the vines, and where she came from. Because, like, it was vines coming up the stage in my vision.
Yeah. Maybe the vines are. Well, they'd have to be inert now. Well, let's go
Yeah.
check.
don't know.
Let's grab a chair. Let's quietly lock her in her room.
Javier, can you sit in the chair? Do you mind sitting in the chair?
Oh,
Javier's
nod.
gonna sit in the chair.
Oh yeah, good going, Javier.
So pretty
Okay,
easy.
thanks.
Like, shove the chair. Javier just kind of like slumps down.
Oh, he looks so happy, you guys. He's got something to do. We need to do this more later.
Yes.
I say really quietly in hopes that they don't hear me.
No one hears you. However, you do remember you heard her walking up the stairs very clearly because of the squeaky stairs.
Ooh.
If you're walking down, I am having you roll a grace roll to see if you can avoid, the squeaky squeaks of the old
I think
wood.
we can all fly.
Oh, can you all fly? Hold on. That changes things.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Grace, you said?
Can we? I am a witch. Do I have a broom?
I don't know how we would do a group check in this game.
This is what I'll do. Pick the person who you think is the most graceful. That person will go first, and they will look for the spots where it is less squeaky, and then everyone else will be like, "Oh, I'll just step there."
I have a +1 to Grace. What y'all got?
Same.
I was graceful once.
What you
Uh,
got in
I'm-
here?
Yeah.
We're all
I'm-
not graceful. That's okay.
Okay. Well,
Go ahead. Davin, you check it out. Go ahead. It's cool. I'm still a little tired.
all right. Let's.
Can
let's do
I
this.
assist in some way by sending Sir Alexander along to help?
Ooh, we're good. I got a 12. I rolled a 5 and a 6 on the die.
Alexander just looked at me and was like, "Why are you questioning Davin?
That was
Dude, chill."
Thank you, Sir Alexander.
So when you walked up here, Davin, you noticed the squeaks, and maybe it's the musician in you. You like purposely like tried to find the specific squeaks that you could like play some kind of song. So you're actually aware of how to play this staircase as an instrument. So you're like, oh, I know exactly where to walk. This is fine.
I mean, of course I am. Like,
skip down.
Who doesn't play a staircase as an instrument? Like, dork, play your staircases.
Right, like you have it right there.
Meanwhile, I'm the drummer, and you have to keep being like, "Not there."
Don't hit the expensive crystal. People get mad when you do that.
Yeah.
All right, you make your way down easy. Of course, you'll be able to make your way up just as easy. And you do see the scythe on the wall. No vines.
No vines?
No vines.
Dude, where did those vines go?
There were vines.
Where did they go?
Well, those aren't ordinary vines, because normally vines stick around, you know.
Yes.
They'll, like, move on their own. Unless they're ghost vines. Or vines with feet. Feet vines. Flying vines.
They're magic somehow.
Yeah, they've got to be.
Ooh, okay. So I know what I'm gonna do. Quietly.
Right.
But I'm going to start doing a little shimmy shake, doing a little dance, and I'm gonna try and use purple haze.
Ooh.
So it says when you cut loose in forbidden ways to gain inspiration, roll plus daring.
Right.
And my logic is that because it is the middle of the night, we have locked a librarian in her room, and we are being sneaky in this library where we are guests.
Yep.
Making noise in general is probably forbidden. So that's my logic.
Sense.
Okay.
Those librarians don't play.
And
They
Jane
do
did
not.
say,
Jane, yeah.
Yeah, Jane did say, like, we take our like quiet library seriously.
Oh yeah.
So that is another. Hold on, that's an 11.
Ooh.
2 5s plus a 1. Oh, and it says if I get a 10 plus, I can gain enlightenment. I'm gonna ask the GM.
Yes.
So, my question: what is the deal with these vines that we do not understand?
Right. Okay, because here you got a 10 plus. We'll make sure this is worth it. One, Cecilia is a nature witch. Like, you kind of like saw in her like slight naivete, her connection to the earth and growth. She's probably like a nature witch, and so the vines in general would not seem out of the ordinary. However, the vines you saw were red, and while almost everything is red because the light reflected off the moon is red, those were specifically red vines. She is very much connected to this ritual somehow, and you do remember Onyx, when you were talking to the unseen, mentioned that the unseen said something else is needed for the ritual. We just don't know what it is.
Ooh. Okay. So I disseminate all this, of course. Yikes on several bikes. I think. Well, Cecilia is locked in her room for now. The vines on the scythe have gone. Should we see where she may have come from?
That's what I'm thinking. Like, maybe go to where she's cutting the vines down.
Yeah.
Like, maybe that has something to do with how we can stop the vines from coming up.
Yeah. Okay, is there a back way out of the library? Or a quieter door?
Yeah, and I think we got to be back before she realizes that the chair is in there so that we can act like everything is fine tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they're the back way. A small like back door.
Okay. Yeah, let's boogie on out of there.
All right. Pop on out, and you go in the direction where Cecilia came from. And the biggest thing would likely be the stage. Like the stage has been built, the cauldron has been put up, and so that's likely where she came from.
Interesting. Do we see like her footstep? Because I don't know how long I don't think the mud tracked all that way, but just the same, do we see like any footsteps or depressions in the ground that would sort of give us a direction as to where exactly she was coming from regarding the stage?
Yes, you do actually. So the stage is built kind of like on the edge of town, where the cobblestone streets kind of ends, and behind it is a lovely forest. Not quite redwood trees, but like 2 sizes smaller than a redwood.
Yeah.
Still like fairly large trees, and you do see her, like footsteps in the dirt, like 10, 20 feet into a nice like circle.
That's not creepy at all.
That's I disagree. That's very creepy.
That was sarcasm.
Oh, I know. I just want to call the thing what it is. Because ouch, my
I'm from
Fifi.
Massachusetts. That's how we do things.
That's terrifying. Big ass trees, circle, a nice circle, no less.
By the way, Onyx Moon, is Sir Alexander with you?
Oh yeah.
Sir
Yeah,
Alexander is not crossing the path. Like the second you step on dirt, he's like, and I'm going to hop out and I'm going to wait here till you come back. I still love you. I got your back, but I'm going to have your back from here. I'll like throw a stick to help you, but like I'm not going in there.
That bad, huh? The whole forest? Just this spot? How we feeling? You just too freaked out?
This spot in the forest, out. Like I'm sure there are parts in the forest where I'm fine, but like I'm not. I like life. Life is fun, and I'm gonna stay here.
Oh, cool. Are there any spirits around out here?
No, they are far from here.
Far from here. Okay. I wasn't sure if there was like a rogue one going crazy. All right, cool.
I will allow you to roll just a straight up spirit roll.
10?
Ooh. There are no unseen here. There are no spirits here. There is an entity here.
Is it a monster?
I mean, I don't think the entity would consider itself a monster.
It says I
Most
can speak with
monsters
monsters.
You can speak with most monsters. I will say you have to be able to identify. Actually, no. You can speak with most monsters.
Okay. But this is not. Okay, cool.
No, you can speak with this monster.
Oh. How far away is this monster?
That you do not know. And considering how in tune you are.
I just know I can feel it. Like I can feel its presence.
You can
kind
feel
of
it.
thing. Okay,
And
cool.
what I will say, especially with a 10, is that you kind of understand how you connect to like the spirit realms. And right now you are clicking. So the fact that you can't identify what this monster is or where they are, and you're like on point, this monster is either very ancient, or very powerful, possibly and very likely both.
Cool. So this one's gonna be a little bit harder than normal, you guys. This is an old something bad out there.
How are we fighting damn Cthulhu's planet?
Well, I mean, it wasn't on the schedule, but I'm sure we could make time to go fight Cthulhu if we needed to.
Put your clipboard away, Callie.
Well, it's just good to be organized, you know?
Well,
I wonder if we can turn those clipboards into weapons.
Oh, we
we
could.
probably could. Sharpen them a little bit, throw them like frisbees, see if we can shear the top of someone's head off. I see no reason why not.
Just line them with razor blades.
Yeah, that's what you do. Maybe, okay, with this information, with Cecilia locked in her room, I think our next step is Phil.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think before we go tackle this creature, Phil might give us some insight as to what we're dealing with. I say we wake him up.
Yep.
We can use, I'm sorry. We can, not use, we can, that's the wrong word, Callie. I didn't mean to say use, but we could encourage Callie's new obsession here with Phil, maybe. And maybe pay a visit. What do you think?
Yeah.
I will say, you all don't know where Phil lives, and it is 2 a.m.
Damn. Okay. Shit.
I could ask the ghost, maybe.
You
have to go back in, though. I don't know.
The ghosts also don't know because they can't, unless Phil is a spooky witch.
Ah. Okay.
Which, I mean, I would still try just in case you're like, oh, is Phil actually a spooky witch? But, yeah, the unseen are unaware of where Phil lives.
Well,
You know,
go ahead.
I was just the schedule just say sleep, so perhaps we just sleep now. We are, of course, off schedule now by about 3 hours. So, you know, we will be running a little bit less on sleep, so we'll want to have our nutrients in the morning, at least 30 minutes in front of the sun for your vitamin D.
So maybe tonight we get some rest. Unhand Cecilia, I guess.
Yeah, I think we have to.
Yeah. Just so that way nothing stinks when she wakes up.
Yeah.
I will bathe.
I'm gonna like trail off a little bit to just, I'm not like leaving this area. What I'm doing now is I'm basically saging the shit out of this place. I've got like, I'm putting extra crystals buried in the dirt, and I'm doing like all of the things in this
As
area.
you start doing that, the wind picks up. Slow at first,
Cool.
then just like 20 miles per hour, 40-mile-per-hour gusts.
Okay, cool. Well, do we want to fight this now, or do we want to wait till later?
I personally would love to get some rest before I kill
I start
plant.
pulling him back up. Very
And the
carefully.
wind slowly dies down.
Oh,
This is gonna be really interesting, you guys. Okay, cool.
We're fighting the world's scariest monstera, and I've had it up to here.
Yeah. I mean, I
How
got
do we classify this
mud.
monster?
I got mud on my boots. I'm not happy.
You know, same. So I guess.
Who booked this gig?
Well, it was a good paying gig. It's good exposure. It's I mean, it's what we're supposed to be doing, right? More
Sure,
gigs, more
sure.
exposure, more.
Yeah.
You know, it's on our way to the late show, and that will be the next step towards playing in the what are those things called? Where they do the sports ball things? Stadium.
Yeah.
Where they do sports ball things. Oh,
Perfect. Okay. All right. Yeah. Fine. Let's just go to bed. I don't know
yeah,
how I'm gonna sleep, but let's try.
let's try. So we head back to the library.
Okay.
I play the
I pick
stairs
up
again.
little Alexander.
Yeah. Do you remove the blockage from Cecilia, or just go to sleep first? Like, we'll deal with that in the morning.
I think we go to move the chair, and our friend, I
Javier.
forgot
Javier.
what Javier. I was like, what is Julian Javier? What? I was like, I know it was one of those. Is like very sad about not being in there. So we unlock it, but we have. I'll just say, can you stay? It'd be really great if you could just stay and kind of guard the door.
And let us know when
Pride.
She leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
So
And to
at,
bed we go.
Mm-hmm.
at 6 a.m., Onyx, you are awoken by Javier, letting you know that Cecilia has left her room and is like getting the library ready.
And Onyx is now on like 2 hours of sleep and kind of cracks one eye and curses at herself for not telling Javier that there was no need to inform me of her movements, but doesn't want to hurt Javier, so just kind of goes, "Thanks, Javier." Can you? I know you don't like to go downstairs, but can you make sure she doesn't leave the library? Can you keep an eye, like maybe from the top of the stairs?
And Javier makes his way down, and you know that the unseen very much interact with the world.
Right.
And so as you start to like slip into sleep again, you hear that squeak, squeak, squeak as Javier just walks down the stairs.
Love it. Do I notice any, like, the rest of the spirits that are here, do they care that Javier has a job and is doing this thing now, or are they just like doing their thing?
They're
Other
just
than the
doing their
war.
thing.
Okay. Cool.
All right. So what time would y'all like wake up after like your little mini adventure last night?
2 p.m.
Okay.
First light
No,
of
I'm just
dawn.
Are you making the cinnamon rolls?
Oh yeah.
I am. Onyx is waking up when she smells cinnamon rolls.
Yeah. That's when Davin wakes up. Davin is smells food and wakes up nose first.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mhm. Same.
All
making
right.
making extra for Cecilia, and for whoever else we happen to run across. Because you bake in bulk. It's not
You
just
do.
like one or two. You
Right.
make a lot. A basket full of them. It's still hot.
Today is.
Also,
Oh yes.
I just realized, like, so all of that stuff going to Phil's house before, I was thinking that Callie was into Phil, but Callie's into Cecilia, so that made absolutely no sense before.
I thought
but
Cal was
okay.
into Jane.
I think Callie's just
Cal
into.
get into people. Like
Yeah.
Callie's just
Yeah.
okay. All right.
She's just
never mind.
thirsty.
yeah.
I mean, this
Yeah.
is
It's the-
Thirsty Sword Lesbians.
Mhm,
It's very
mhm.
apropos.
yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Onyx is speaking with spirits.
Spirits can be thirsty too.
Also true.
Thirsty spirits. Have you ever seen Ghost?
Mm-hmm.
So one thing stands out this morning for you all. Everyone is on like go. Like everyone is running around. The festival, which is a 3-day thing, begins tonight at 6. You all are headlining through the 3 days, but tonight's going to be like the big night because everyone's gonna have like the most energy. It's like the introduction to this whole festival. As everyone's like getting everything ready, people are moving. The only 2 people who you all have seen, admittedly, from not leaving the library, who are still in a very chill state, are one, Cecilia, because she's in the library, and the library has a very side tangential role to this festival. And Jennifer, because she's delivered her apples, and so she still has her apple stand and like selling apples to people who like pass by.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, she says she doesn't want to talk to him. That don't mean she can't see him. Do you think Jennifer might know where Phil is?
Maybe.
I'm gonna go ask Jennifer if she knows where Phil is.
Knowing how much of a mess Phil is, I think it's gonna take us about 5 minutes to know where Phil is.
That's so fucking fair. That's so fair. Okay, let's just follow the screams of frustration.
Yeah. Also, Callie, you outdid
Yeah?
yourself. These cinnamon rolls are fire. So good.
Oh,
Fabulous.
thank you. It's a family recipe.
Nice.
Onyx doesn't want to know any more than that.
No, no.
Onyx has heard all of Callie's stories and doesn't even care what's in these cinnamon rolls.
It's a family recipe sounded very ominous, and I don't know why. It just did,
Yep. Mhm.
No. There's no family in there.
I hope not.
No.
That would
No,
be very Sweeney Todd of you.
I was just going to say that.
Sometimes you
love
just have
it.
to swing that razor wide.
Hey, yo.
Apparently, this is a musical themed in every level. This
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Speaking of music, as you leave and look for the yells of frustration, Jennifer waves to Davenport and hands you a very special apple that she's been working on.
Ooh.
Oh,
It looks like a golden crisp.
ooh, cool. Hey, Jennifer. Thanks.
Hi.
I'm going to slice into it with like my little pocket knife
Mhm.
and eat some.
It
Can I step
tastes
and sight that stuff while that's happening? Like, can I like see if there's anything? I don't know.
like spiritually infused with it.
Spiritually
Yeah,
infused.
give me a
Yeah,
spirit
like,
roll.
like you bite into it and it's really just vines.
That would be a textural fucking nightmare.
Right.
Oh, I'm so sorry I said that. I apologize to everyone. That's a 9.
Mm. There is something spiritual about it. Unfortunately, you don't know what it is.
So, like, maybe like as you're putting it in your mouth, so that you can make this decision as to whether or not you eat it. I go, maybe not.
But why not? I spent a lot of time like trying to crossbreed thing. Like taste it. It tastes like a pink lady.
You
It
just
tastes
brushed
like
your
a pink
teeth.
lady.
It's gonna taste so weird.
It is. Listen, how about this?
Maybe just save it for a snack when we need it in a couple hours.
We will. As a matter of fact, Jennifer, I would love to share this apple with you after we practice, because that's where we're heading. We're gonna go to practice.
I'm going to need a heart roll from somebody because the not liking of her apples is something she had to deal with from Phil not too long ago. I mean, a couple weeks, but still, Phil leaves a mark.
I'll do my heart roll. I'll do my heart roll and convince her. And that would have been a critical success. That is an 8.
Okay, yeah. She kind of hurt, but also understands. Like, yeah, like apples after teeth brushing, actually not the best. Just find me whenever you're ready.
Listen, I'll ping you on Discord. It'll be great. It'll be great. We'll enjoy it together.
Yeah,
you
please.
You don't want to ruin that. I mean,
I
you've been
want to
talking
really
about that all
appreciate it.
night. Yeah, you've been
Yeah.
talking about that all night. Like, you don't want to ruin that flavor.
Yeah, I want to really appreciate all the hard work you've put into this. So just let the fluoride settle, you know?
Yeah.
We will see you later, and I'm going to like hustle on out of there ASAP. She will be like, "What the fuck did she do to this damn apple?"
Yeah. And when we get outside, like, and there's like, we're clear of being overheard, I think the vines are growing apples and the apples are doing weird things to people.
Ooh.
I have a question. Did we get some stank off of Jennifer too? Or was it just some stank off of Phil?
Phil was me or who?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Whomever. Did we get
I'm not aware of any unless I'm supposed to be aware of it.
You
Got
got
it.
stank off of Phil and only Phil. And then when
Only
people were around Phil, the stank like clung to them. And then when they left, it like let go.
It disappeared. Okay. So
That's so cool.
Poor Phil. He's the center of this cinnamon roll. So let's go and figure out whither he is.
I think though, like, he might be the cause of it, but
I think he's the patsy.
well, yeah, and maybe because like the whole, like, she's got a scythe going out there getting stuff off of vines and then making people eat apples. Like, I feel like that's really important.
Yeah.
So she's like actively, she's either completely taken, maybe she's the monster. And I'm just like doing, like, I'm talking to you, but I'm also just kind of like, yeah, doing these like realizations
together. I know, like, Cecilia has to be pivotal to this some kind of way because she was the one with the creepy ass scythe and the weird wind situation out in the woods. Like, where the fuck? Why was she out there even? It was 2 a.m. What the hell was she doing?
We could go ask her.
Kelly.
What? Just find out, like, what were you doing out there in the woods?
Okay, let's play test this a little bit. Go ahead. I'll be Callie. I'll be Cecilia. You be
okay.
Callie, I'll be Cecilia. Go ahead.
Hi, Cecilia. I'm California, and I have questions for you. I hope you don't mind.
Is it about apples?
Yes, it's about last night. Where were you last night with your scythe?
I mean, I feel like that's a little. What? I'm sorry. Were you
This is great.
watching me? You guys just lost me.
I saw you come back with a scythe and red vines, and
I mean,
it's when I like do this.
wait, do you like vines?
I don't know. It depends on what the vine is, really. Are you growing vines?
No.
I mean, how do you know that she would say no? Like, you know.
Do you hear this conversation? She would have been like, dude, you sicko, why are you following me at 2 a.m.?
Oh, I wasn't following her. We saw her come back in. So, like, we just knew that she was back in. And we saw her, and she had a scythe and it was covered
Okay,
in vines.
maybe if you take
I
it
weren't
that
there
way.
later.
I mean, also we heard her. It's not like homegirl was subtle.
That's just
She
true.
didn't go sneaking. She came clumping into this library
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
a scythe.
I mean, you know, Callie, this is so important to you. Like, I feel like we got to give you a win. If you want to go talk to her, I'll go back in there.
Yeah, I'll back you up. Hell yeah.
Well, I like it when I win.
Wait, I didn't
so
know
rare.
this was. I didn't know we were playing a game.
Well, we were
I would have
playing.
done that differently.
We were playing question. Never mind. Let's go talk to her and find out
Let's
what's
go
going
talk
on.
to her.
All right. So you head towards you turn back and head towards the library, and Cecilia is there. She's like, oh, hi, good morning. How are you all doing today? I just wanted to let you know I did find a book about moons if you were interested.
Oh, amazing!
What
I'd like. What author is it by?
Britannica. We have some old encyclopedias there. I'm just looking for anything. So, like, if you're still interested,
Sure. Yeah, that'd be great.
and she
Maybe we
goes,
could pick it up when we. You know what? I'll take it now. It's yeah. Thanks.
okay. And she gets you the M encyclopedia and like hands it to you. Now, there's a lot of non-moon stuff in there, but
there is some moon.
There is some moon
there
stuff
is
in there.
some.
Is it regular moon stuff or is it misinformation moon stuff? Is it fake news? I need to know.
I think it's just regular moon stuff.
No, I'm asking the GM. This is like what
Oh, it's legit like it's Encyclopedia Britannica from like 2001. Assuming they still make it. I honestly don't know.
It's fine. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Can I pick it? We're gonna go rehearse and stuff. Can I pick it up later and put it in our room?
Oh yeah, sure. I'll say you checked it out, and then you could just have it.
You know what? Actually, we're gonna be doing so much rehearsing. I know you said there's a bunch of people who wanted this. Go ahead. Would it be cool if we signed it? Maybe that would be better if the band signed it. That might actually help the library a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not allowed to.
Okay, bad idea. Here.
No, wait, hold on. As she kind of like.
Actually, I think we charge for that now, don't we, Callie? Is that on your clipboard?
Oh,
wait,
yeah.
How much do you charge for that? Can I? I mean, I know this is unprofessional, but I actually have someone who I want to get a gift for, and I know they're a big fan of your band. So can I have you sign something else?
Sure.
You know what? Yeah, sure. Let's help.
She, like, looks around. I go find the piece of paper here.
And as she's doing this, and she's doing the thing, I'm kind of like nudging Callie, like, "This is your time. We have like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just kind of.
Yeah. Okay. But I'm also this moment going to try and impress my troubadour friend here by also revealing that this person is a fan of me using Shooting Star. This is my obsession move, Shooting Star.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And they are
Love
a
it.
fan of my early band, Kochinaut, which was a psychedelic prog band in the 60s.
Mhm.
Of course it was.
Yeah, and going to try and wow her into giving us more information than she would otherwise share with us.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
That's
I'm-
fucking iconic.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
nudge Alexander
Mhm.
and just kind of like give him the look like, and so Alexander's gonna go sit on your shoulder to just give you a little bit of extra like.
Nice.
Where were you last night at 2 a.m?
She looks and there's this like ghastly fear on her face, and then she kind of composed herself and said, did I wake you up? I'm so sorry. These stairs are so gnarly. I tried to make it quick so if I woke you up you could fall back to sleep.
Oh no! Like, is it like somebody you're interested in? Because I would love to know all about that.
She immediately shuts down and pulls the paper back. You know she is a fan of your band. You know she wants the midnight signature. Something is something is scaring her. Like, this is a fair response.
Hmm.
Okay. Can I figure out a person? Is that a thing I can do?
Yes.
Okay. So I want to use the mass appeal move.
Mhm.
Because when you figure out a person during a conflict, you may ask one additional question from the list, even on a 6 or less.
Ooh, nice.
Let me look at my moves here. Figure out a person. Okay, roll plus wit. This is probably a bad idea. What do I have to wit? A big fat 0. Let's do it anyway.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, I got an 8.
Okay, so you may ask 2 questions and they can ask one. No, you can ask 3 questions and they can ask one of you.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, the first question is, how can I get you to be honest?
Nice.
Protect my loved one.
Protect your loved one. Who would we be protecting? Because we can do that.
What do you love more? Because this is at the heart of the fair, she won't say the answer, but she'll look down at an apple that she has on her desk.
Fucking Jennifer, right?
And then look back up at you and say, don't worry about it. I don't actually. I spent too much time in the library. Who would I even see in the library to a loved one? And then she looks across the street.
Okay, all right. Heard and understood. So the next question. Okay, the next question I want to ask, what are you hoping to get from whatever it is you've got going on?
Yeah, she knows she's not the most subtle, so she's picked up that you've picked up on it.
Mhm.
And so she looks at you and just breaks down and says, I want her to live a happy life. And then she is actively going to run out of the library unless you like physically restrain her.
I'm okay with letting her go. I think we've pushed her enough. But now with this idea, I need to know who Jennifer is to Cecilia. Is that like her granddaughter or what? Like, what's T? Maybe it's her daughter. I don't know. How old is Jennifer? Let's go talk. Oh my God, I can go talk to Jennifer because Jennifer is my little fan over there.
Yeah.
Well, Jennifer is not actually at the stand right now. However, coming from the direction of the stage is Jane.
I'm gonna.
Oh,
Okay, so while Callie works her magic on Miss Jane, Miss Boothang, I'm
Mhm.
gonna message Jennifer on Discord.
And y'all are in the same room, right?
Yeah.
You hear
Yeah.
Jane's phone do that familiar Discord.
You
Bitch, what
messaged
the
Jennifer
fuck? I
and
messaged
Jane?
Jennifer and Jane.
and Jane's things went off?
Jane has her phone.
Ooh.
Or are they the same person? Are they twins?
Onyx
Have we-
Moon,
Do they
make
look
me
alike? What do they look like?
not intelligence, wrong thing. Either heart.
Nobody heard
or
that, Chaz.
wit.
It's fine.
Yes, I
Heart
am
or
so
wit?
sneaky.
Okay.
Yes, either one would work.
$11.
And which one did you do?
Either, because they're both the same.
The information you get will change depending. So which one would you like to use?
I think I would like to use wit.
You
Need
are
knowledge.
Gotcha. You are aware. So there are many thirsty sword lesbians, many types of people who have these like magical swords, including one type that is very known to be a shapeshifter due to the prejudice they faced based on their like magical crystal somewhere on their body, known as the Naga.
Girl. That was Alex, not Davenport. My bad.
Yeah, that was. Mhm.
That was fully me.
Same.
Like, cause what? Okay, we're good. Everything is kosher. We're good.
Chaz, you are killing it.
10 out of 10.
Loving
10
it.
out of 10.
10 out of 10. 11 out of 10 even. Cool. So yeah, so I'm just gonna like make this realization and turn and be like, oh, it's deep in here.
Yeah.
Jane and Jennifer are the same person.
I can love two people at once.
Yeah, but
Focus.
it's just one person,
Focus.
friend. It's not that exciting. It's just one person, not two at a time.
Oh. Well,
And
that's pretty
as a
They
matter
are
of
complicated.
one
fact,
person.
I think that Jane has
why?
Jennifer like locked up somewhere. Jane has to be the one who's in charge of this. Why am I whispering? Jane has to be the one that's in charge of this ritual. Maybe she's the head snake in charge, is all I'm saying.
Oh.
Wait, what if Jane is the monster in the woods? Is that what you're saying?
Oh shit, maybe. Or she's the one who started this entire thing. We need to find Phil.
Yeah, we need to find Phil. What if she's also Phil?
Oh, fuck.
No,
me
we saw them
twice.
together. Never
Wait,
mind,
no,
we
we
can't do
saw
that.
they were okay.
We
cool.
saw them together.
Because I was
Yeah.
like, they're in the same. All right. All
Yeah.
right.
Meanwhile, also, I'm gonna turn to Callie because like Callie was trying to make moves in the library and then everything went to shit. She went running out the library. So I'm
Mhm.
just gonna be like, dude, that wasn't your fault, Callie. It's cool.
Yeah.
That
you
wasn't
It
did
wasn't
really
my
good.
fault.
Her running out of the library. That wasn't you.
Oh, no,
I just
no.
wanna
Like, I mean, I would probably run too if I knew that there was no other copies of Focaccia Knott's debut album from the 1960s.
That's real.
You know what? Yep. Right.
That's real.
You're right.
That's real as hell.
Yep.
True.
Yep.
Because
Okay,
that was
cool.
exactly
Okay.
our problem. Yep. Let's.
Yep.
So you
Let's
want
go find Phil.
Let's go find Phil.
Before you leave, because like Jane does come in, like that's how you got the
Yeah.
thing. And so she says, I would like you all to come talk with me upstairs. And she,
Here's
no,
the-
I think we should do upstairs. And she like grabs your hand and like looks into your eyes and says, please.
Okay.
Whose hand does she grab?
I assume Anna, because you're the one who said no first.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Onyx is not a fan of personal touching,
Yeah.
especially without consent. So Onyx is gonna try to resist that.
when you resist, she'll let go.
Why
Oh my god.
yeah, I'm not comfortable with this right now.
What's going on in that head there, Davenport?
I want to try and entice her.
Uh-huh.
I want to appeal to her. I want to go like full thotty rock star and appeal to her physical sensibilities and try to like flirt my way out of this situation with her.
Ooh. Roll an entice roll.
Okay. That's plus heart. What have I to heart? I have a 2. Okay. Dice, don't fail
bring
me
it.
now. Don't fail me. I got a 7. I got a 7. Okay, I gain. I could. Okay, you tell me what I do because I
Right.
could get a string. I don't know.
That would make the most sense considering who she is.
Okay, so I get a string on her.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hold on.
I like promise something they think you want.
Promise something they think you want. Yeah.
But don't let me influence you because I don't have the string.
Because they are not going to give in to desire.
No, and they're not. She's not gonna get flustered and awkward.
No.
You know what? Yes, I do think promise something that you think you want makes sense.
Okay.
So, what does she promise me?
I can promise you will be safe. And the town will be safe.
What is your definition of safe, babes?
Alive. Happy. And she looks around to make sure like the people in the library aren't listening. Unaffected by the spirits at hand.
Unaffected.
But I need your help to do it. She won't listen to me.
Oh.
Okay, let's get out of earshot of
please.
other people, because I don't know if I trust Miss.
Let's go
Miss
in
Thing.
my room.
Yeah, I don't know if I trust Miss Thing, but I trust y'all, and it's 3-on-1. So let's do it.
Oh, I didn't know.
Just in case. I don't know. I'm just saying. I got a guitar, and I'm not afraid to use it. That's all.
So as you walk up to the room, she pulls out a knife, an apple knife,
Mhm.
a knife you've seen Jenny use to peel apples. And she starts peeling her own apples and like eating the slices.
Yeah.
And as she steps into your room, Onyx, a familiar face appears. She walks in and that hair turns into curly hair, dark, beautiful skin. It's the image of the woman who, in your vision, was Jade. But it is, of course, not Jade. It is the true identity, the true image of this Naga.
Interesting.
Wow, she'd be even more beautiful.
And she waits until you all come in, closes the door, and then she just breaks down crying.
Oh, baby.
Oh.
Emotional support?
Okay.
I will actually give her the hand that I pulled away earlier.
Yeah. I'm gonna okay. I'm gonna offer emotional support and I'm gonna spend a string to get a +3.
Oh, nice.
Okay. And then she can choose to open up to us. That is a 7 plus heart is 9 plus 3 is 12.
She just looks at you and still crying, but like wipes away the thank you. I knew it was right to call on midnight.
It absolutely was.
She will break down, which is what she wanted to do. She was the one who called you. She was the one who put Phil on your case, knowing you would absolutely not have a hotel room because Phil is incompetent. And she was like, this will just work out because she wanted you to meet her partner, Cecilia.
Oh.
She and Cecilia work on the apple farm together. But because she has that Naganami, which sells for lots of money, she tends to take the form of Jennifer, the apple vendor.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Cecilia, being a nature which has been conscripted by an ancient being who lives here. Cecilia, not being so naive that she's like, Eldritch Cthulhu, sign me up. She was like, fuck that. I'm not about to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Until this being was like, okay, fine. If you don't do it, I'm going to kill your partner. Like, it's your choice.
Oh.
So Cecilia was like, oh, choice made. I'll do it. Jennifer was like, no, like, this is not okay. And so they have essentially been having a lover's tiff about who is going to like take part in this ritual. The only thing that Jennifer, or you know her as Jennifer, knows is that the only way you can interrupt this ritual is once this being releases themselves, you need to save the person at the center of the ritual. And being a big fan of Midnight, she is also aware that you all are great at protecting people.
Huh. So the center of the ritual, the person at the center of the ritual would have to be Jennifer, right?
As of right now, it is Cecilia.
As of right now, it's Cecilia.
Jennifer was essentially like, her life was being threatened by this ancient entity. Like, if you don't do this, Cecilia, fine. I know who you care about. I am an ancient, powerful being. Make your choice.
Why don't we just murk him? Like, it's a big old plant. Ain't nobody got no 409 or something?
Cecilia hasn't told me the truth, but it's an ancient trend. They don't die easily.
Jeez.
What do we know about this beast, this ancient beast?
They sleep for 1,000 years, and they awaken on the night of the red full moon.
Cool. And what shape do they take?
Just a very large tree when they're dormant.
Oh.
So who made the moon red? Like, and how?
If I'm not mistaken, the treant made the moon red, but it used Phil.
Of course.
Interesting.
What did Phil do? Do we know?
Apparently, Phil created a ritual circle out in the forest and did something the night of the new moon.
Damn it, Phil.
I don't like Phil, but also this one is not his fault. He's really easy to influence. That's why I created, and then she transforms into Jane. So that's why I created Jane.
I knew that Phil was the fucking fall guy. I knew it. Like, he had to be the patsy because there's no way in hell. Okay.
Well, I have something that might help.
Do tell.
Oh, and she will smash her hands together and begin to form another loaf of bread. And this bread is called bread bang. I don't know its species. I'm going to name the specific species, treant, that will be repelled by the scent of this bread. Tastes nice for everybody else, but those named are really unhappy with it.
Okay. So now
that bread.
That's incredibly helpful because here's my thinking, right? What if before I start whatevering, is there a way to reverse the ritual or to
Mm.
break it?
If we break the ritual any other way than doing it during the actual ritual, the treant and all of his family wake up instantly.
All of his family. Oh my god.
All those trees out there.
Oh,
No,
Must be a lot
his
of
family
bread.
is throughout the world, and so there would just be, from my last estimation, 1,200 or so treants just stomping
Give or take.
something, yeah, like that.
Oh,
So, okay, follow-up question.
So how do we capture like when it's gonna go from one form to another during this? Like how do we know when it's okay to get it?
Once the energy from your concert is at a fever pitch, Cecilia will float and will start casting weird things. When she is not herself, I need you to reach to her into her soul and drag her back. Remind her why she's here. Like bring the real Cecilia back, because she will be a vessel of this
Overtaken.
like magic.
Interesting.
oh,
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Cool. No big deal.
That's super helpful.
Just playing
Cool.
some soul football. No biggie.
Yeah.
I know
I'm
this
gonna
is
look around too and just make sure that like are all the spirits like, yep, this is truth. Like
the
they're
spirits
nodding
are
along.
comforting her as if they can see her.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your
I-
flow.
Okay. So if we pull Cecilia back, what happens to the treant?
It goes to sleep for another 1,000 years.
Oh, thank God. Okay, great.
Cool. So-
Does Cecilia have a favorite midnight song? Is she a fan? This sounds ridiculous, but I figure if we have a song, maybe we can play it and like bring her back.
She is now a fan. We play your music all the time. By the way, have I told you how much of a big fan I am? And like almost, she just like it's a 20-second fangirling. Like I know the world is trouble, but like also like let's I brought you here to save the world and my partner, but also
Hey yo.
Also, can you sign this book? Yeah.
Okay.
Love it.
So
Cool. What I'm wondering, just hear me out here for a second. Like, what if we change the lyrics of the song just a little bit so that we can add in something that is very specific to Cecilia that is going to mean something to her, maybe like about your relationship or something, and we can just change up a couple of words here and there, you know what I mean? And
yeah, I'll do anything to help. I told the town council I was helping you practice, so they'll leave us alone for the rest of the day.
how much time do we have before we have to perform?
It's like 10 a.m. now. Y'all don't perform until like 10 p.m.
Cool. Let's write a song.
yeah, cool. Okay,
Let's write
but what's
Cecilia a
up with
song.
the apples? What's the deal with
what's
the
deal with
apples?
it? Yeah.
Oh, Cecilia and I, we work at the apple farm, and she uses her power, and I use my power to like infuse these apples with just taste. Because like, no one likes red delicious apples, but like people like red apples.
I knew it.
Yeah. So I can eat this apple.
So yeah,
Yeah, we worked really hard on that one.
fuck yeah.
It is great.
Great. Big fan. Okay, wonderful.
okay, cool.
All right. Just for time's sake, we're going to say you spend the rest of the day working on practicing on a new song specifically for Cecilia.
Love it.
It is 10 p.m. The festival has been going on. It's actually been like pretty cool. Like people have been going on. There's lots of games. There's lots of fried foods because
Hell yeah.
yeah. And then you all get up there on the stage getting ready for midnight's big Lunar Festival performance. Davenport, what attribute would you like to use to like represent Midnight's performance? Do you want to be a daring performance? Do you want to be one that like speaks to the heart of the crowd?
I want it to be plus heart. just because I
Okay.
have a +2 to that, and there's a move that uses that. So
Okay, let's do it.
all right. The move that I'm using is called Limelight. You get to roll +heart when you perform music, and then you get to choose 2.
Ooh.
So choose 2 of that list. We have an 8 + 2, 10.
Nice. So
I get
which
to
do you
choose 2.
choose?
So I'm going to kick out the jams, and this is going to be for Cecilia's song. And then bring out the noise, or bring the noise. Okay, so here's how I want this to play out, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so Midnight are playing their doohickey. The crowd is reaching like this fever pitch, whatever the hell, right? It's getting really hectic. Onyx is doing big drum things. Fucking Callie has a bunch of cool stuff going on with Bread, and is selling merch, and it's great, and it's fabulous. And that treant averse Bread is like in the crowd bouncing around. And we have, right when we get to the point where Cecilia is starting to like float and do this speaking in tongues thing, whatever the hell, we want to play her song, and I'm going to do that to kick out the jams and pick a listener. I'm going to pick Cecilia, who finds inner strength and she clears a condition. I don't know if that'll help, but
she has 5 conditions on her right now. Which condition would you like to clear?
Oh.
And I will say, because this was one specifically written for her, you can clear 2 conditions.
To clear 2 conditions, I want to clear hopeless, and I want to clear frightened.
Okay.
So that way she's just angry, guilty, and insecure, and ready to like turn that to whomever, right?
Okay.
And then
She's ready to write a song.
She's ready to write a song. So we're doing all of this. We're playing. I'm shredding on the guitar, whatever. And while this is happening, I want to bring the noise, and I want to call out the ugly truth about someone powerful, specifically the treant, and give my patron a string on me. My patron is my manager.
Right.
But I want to call out the ugly truth about the treant and just be very open and honest about that. That's also in the song. So that's how it plays out in my head. You tell me how that works.
Okay, so we'll say, like, you build up to, you get the crowd going at like 11:15. You bring out this particular song. You're going crazy. Everyone's like, "Yeah, this is great." Cecilia comes floating from the forest and is like screaming, which people are like, they are going all out on these special effects. Oh my god.
Yep.
Until the treant, which is the size of a redwood, gets up and starts walking towards you, and the screaming happens.
Yep.
Unfortunately for the treant, Callie made some very delicious bread that the treant just cannot stand, and so like it cannot get in within like 30 feet, no matter like how much it tries. It just can't cross that boundary.
Beautiful.
Vines do erupt from the forest, but you see the frightened and hopeless condition like leave her. She is furious that this treant like threatened her people, threatening her like new good friends, threatening like the town. She's still guilty because like she and Jennifer, it's a rough thing, and so they both said some things that they weren't really happy about. But she's also more guilty that it's like, I, without knowing, put my partner in danger, and I'm not about that. And then she's insecure because she's like, I'm supposed to be like how did I get taken over? Like, this is supposed to be my domain. But she is fighting, and she's looking to you all for more. As the crowd are now dispersing because like the floating woman, that special effects, the like 70-foot treant, that's horrifying. We're out. This is not fun anymore.
So real. So real. Listen, she's looking for more.
Yes.
So question, what 3 conditions does the treant still have?
Angry,
treant,
guilty, and insecure.
No,
for Cecilia.
Yeah, Cecilia, the treant doesn't have any
For
conditions.
Cecilia?
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
no,
still
that's
angry, she's
Cecilia.
still guilty, and she's still insecure.
Okay.
She bound? She unable to move?
No, not really. She's like floating, not really of her own volition. She's floating because of like the massive nature energy coming from her.
Can we say during the same song, I'd like to use influence with a string on our boy Phil, and I want to change the lyrics up a little bit to basically be like, my best friend Phil said my apples are the best in the land, or something like that, and just kind of like rework this. And I want Phil to be near enough and chanting, and like somebody lifting him up so that he's chanting and basically just breaking through this apple fight that they've been having this whole time. Like their apples are the best apples he's ever had in his life, and could not even eat another apple because Cecilia makes the best apples in the land, kind of thing.
Roll me a spirit roll.
Oh yeah.
Not great. I rolled 8 on the dice, but that's +2.
So 10, which is upbeat. So that's great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know how to play at the end of the game. That's the win, you guys.
Because she is so in tune with the nature magic right now, she sees that you are the one doing this, but still very much appreciates how you're helping, and that he acknowledges that their apples are great. You can pick 2 conditions to remove.
Fuck yeah.
Also, in the middle of all of that, in the middle of the song, we're talking about apples, but the chorus is like, "Fuck those oranges, they suck."
Yeah.
And my best boy Phil told me so. Obviously, I'm not a musician. I can remove 2 conditions. Cool.
Yes.
I'm going to remove insecure.
Mm-hmm.
And hopeless. So she just.
Oh, I took hopeless already.
Yeah. So
you took
she
hopeless.
only has
guilty and insecure. Sorry.
Right now, she's just a ball of rage. How dare you come at my people, my town, my partner, my friends like this?
Cecilia, let's go.
While floating, she still she turns around, and all the vines that were splintering through the ground turn around and start going into the forests. Callie, what would you like to do?
Well,
just as one other note before Callie starts, my drum set is covered in all the colors of the apples, and so it's all different shades. And it's just that. And I'm a hot mess, and there's just stuff going everywhere. Yeah.
She has 1 condition left.
She is just angry, and while Chaz love a good anger, she has to be unangered to get out of this state, and then she can go back to being angry.
Real.
You know, I have something for this. I make sure that this thing is actually what this does.
You got this.
I think I do. Let's see here. Fire aggression. This is a condition, not the feeling of aggression, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's a condition.
Okay, well then I have something for this as well. I will smash my hands together and create a loaf of bread using the power of the sun, and create a medicinal bread, which will clear this specific condition when eaten. The trick is, of course, getting them to eat it, and they are currently floating in the sky, correct?
10 feet, and since you're on the stage, not honestly that high.
Yeah, pretty close.
So then what I'll have you do, just for funsies, roll me a daring roll, because she'll eat it. She likes y'all.
Yeah.
I will chuck it at her, like a sports ball.
Just eat this.
No, it's one of those cannons. They shoot the t-shirts out.
See that I got my pole arm, paddle, which I can just kind of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's how we shoot the t-shirts out.
Those are called peels. A baker's peel.
Hell yeah!
I learned a thing today. So on the length of the peel, I will deliver this bread. We will roll ourselves a 2d6 and a daring. That is an 8.
Fuck yeah!
All right. And so you just kind of offer her some bread, and you're like, "You should eat it. It tastes good." And she does.
It doesn't actually taste very good. This particular one, it's kind of bitter, and
that's a shame.
According to the write up here, it tastes better.
So she eats it, and she's not angry. She is disappointed, however, which is not a condition. And she just kind of falls, and through the crowd comes Jennifer. who catches her.
Yeah. All right.
All of the lights go on, the spotlights.
And they just kind of both look at you and say, actually, no, not through the crowd. The crowd's gone. She just comes running.
Yeah.
And they just say, thank you
Oh
for
no, there's
coming.
some people still in that crowd that
There
have
has
to see
to
what
be.
happened.
Yeah, there are some
Yeah.
diehard fans that's like,
Oh yeah.
I'm not going anywhere. Like, I
Yeah. They
was
think we
there
made the tree.
when Midnight did the biggest stunt tree ever. I saw this show.
Right. Yes, exactly.
I start doing a cover of "I Want to Know What Love Is."
Amazing.
And I think we're going to end this with a nice kiss.
Apple bottom jeans.
No,
And
yeah.
It's with the
Okay.
apple bottom jeans. Yes. And this is just day one at Mordana with Midnight in Thirsty Sword Lesbians. But that's what happens when you're an adventurer. Thank you
is.
so much for joining us. I hope you all had a great time. Let's round off, once again, introducing ourselves, who we are, who we played, and what are your characters going to do for the remaining 2 days in the Lunar Festival now that you don't have to worry about a 70-foot treant trying to destroy the city? Let's go backwards this time. Start with California.
California. I'm John. You can find me on the internet, Taco Bear on Instagram. And play California, Sunhands, who is no longer smitten with Jane, as you know, they're together and it's cute. And she's smitten with the idea of the two of them together. Now she's smitten with Phil.
Real.
She's going to try and get that to happen,
Yeah.
Which will end in disaster. And that is, you know, another story from another time. But you know, TLDR, she becomes smitten with an ice cream truck driver, and it's the whole thing. That all happens in, you know, the next 2 days.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Onyx Moon.
Oh, I was like not ready, even though I should know because there's only 3 of us and we're going in reverse. Woo! But that explains my entire gameplay today. Random and chaotic, which is how most of my streams go. I am all over the internet as Imaginif, IMAGINIF. You can also find me at Imaginif Media. I have a Twitch channel and a YouTube channel. And I essentially support those that create, play, and heal. So if you want to be, I host the Creator Spotlight on my channel. So if you are doing something in the TTRPG space, you're a writer, you're an artist, you're a healer, you want to come on and talk about it, and also just talk about a bunch of random shit, because that's half the time what we do. Just reach out and we can schedule that in. I also play Raven on Superhero Shenanigans, and that is a Mutants and Masterminds series by Green Ronin, and that's over on Don't Kill My Character. And what else? I also play, I'm like, I should have had this up, but I was not prepared. I also play Zelda on a Triangle Agency series called Redacted. That Haunted Table Games is the one that does Triangle Agency. Also recommend that one. And that's over on High XP Society. And there's a bunch of stuff like this. I like to come on over here and hang out with the Wanderers Haven crew because they are amazing. And I write a bunch of stuff. And sell a bunch of games and do all those kind of things too. So yeah, if you click on that little link that Jeremy so lovingly put in the chat, you can follow me all on the socials, and yeah, we can connect that way. Thanks for having me.
Beautiful, and thank you for being here. And Davenport.
Hey, howdy, hi, y'all. My name is Alex. I use they, them pronouns. I have been playing Davenport, who is more than likely going to eat his weight in fried foods because he doesn't get the opportunity to do that much because Rockstar and blah, blah, blah. If you want to come and hang out with me on the internets, you can find me bopping around these internet streets, most specifically on Blue Sky under AlixAMA_ or AlixAMA. My beacons is in the little chat thingy. And I am also executive producer over at BaddieBards. We are doing some really bomb stuff for Pride Month in a couple of weeks. So go and follow us at BaddieBards, BaddieBards, and you can find out what we're doing there. It's going to be a great time. Thank you guys so much for having me. This was so fun.
Thank you for being here. Once again, thank you all. I hope you all have a great day, a great week, a great however long. I just hope your lives are great. And hopefully we will see you all soon.